Thank you for creating everything not written, everything that ever will be. So even if it hasn't happened yet, you created it. No man-made, no free will, no luck. Everything ever written, everything that ever was, everything not written, everything create evil. Isaiah 45:7. Calamity, chaos, evil, create all things. So thank you, Father, for creating the Lamb. Well, the wedding feast of the Lamb. So the bride and the bridegroom will be the wedding supper. So thank you for all things. Father creates evil. So that's why the evil is so, for many, hard to see. It comes dressed in a pretty package or something, wearing lipstick and high heels and maybe fishnet stockings. So it's discernment. Something smells a little fishy. So it's the Pisces. It's the Vesica Pisces, the age of deception. It's over. We're not in the age of deception. Deceive, the deceiver. So he'll come marrying, performing all the same miracles and wonders. Wonders. So thank you, Father. How would we ever know what a bad time was if all we ever had was a good time? So that evil, necessary evil. So you're the creator, the writer, and by self-will or no free will, self-will will blot and edit. So we can edit. We can edit our name out of the book of life. Edit. So you did it to yourself. You sent yourself to hell. You get yourself stripped of the Word. The Word is Father. The Word became flesh. That is the Hokadesh in flesh. That is the Hamashiach. He said, before Abraham was, I am. So we know who I am. We know who that is. So thank you, Father, for the bridegroom. Yep, the bridegroom. So there'll be a wedding and there'll be a supper. And he tells us not to sup with vipers and don't break bread, right? Daily bread. Daily. Till you die, till they throw you in the dirt back where you came from. He don't want you to love the dirt. He wants you to love the Word. People don't love the Word. They're lovers of self. Their agape is pornea. So agape. They don't have no agape. They're phileo is what they are. It's in the Word. I didn't write it. Remember? Edit. You can edit your name out of the book of life. There'll be a supper. There'll be a wedding. Excited. Remember? Terry said he returned. So it's going by this covenant, not religion. Religions are vain. Remember Jeremiah? You don't read the scriptures in that text where, remember, there are traditions. We're not supposed to celebrate a single. We don't celebrate. No celebrations. Telling lies to your eyes in the skies and here on this rock that you walk on the dirt lies. That's a dirt liar is a demon by definition. A distributor of lies. Deceivers. No definition in them at all. None. It's not in them. No aletheia. No hokadesh. Remember, most people are evil. Most people go to hell. Most people can't define hell. Dawn, would you like to define the word hell? Dawn is the first one to step up to the mic. Let's see if this person knows anything. They're just a stubborn ass and can't learn or know their ass from a hole in the ground. So let's see. What do you got there, Dawn? Define the word hell, or we'll throw your ass out of here. Because remember, I already just defined an ass, what an ass is. So give me the definition of hell, or I'll throw your ass out of here. Do you ever want to be in the military? Shut up, you idiot. Get away from me. Goodbye. All right, Don, you have anything to say? I'm obviously moderating people. You're going to get moderated. I'm going to throw your ass out of here if you don't define the word hell. Need to phone a friend or something there, Don? Yes, Tammuz, the son of Semiramis, who married her son Tammuz and had sex with her son, Jesus Christ, birthed in the middle of the winter. Yep. Apollyon. So, somebody's speaking shorthand. They got the mumbler. This guy's a mumbler. He's a mumble rapper. Okay, Mister's a mumble rapper. Don couldn't say. He mentioned they going to do their yapper, yabba dabba do with their, how about their jab? I think these people have been jabbed. Too many boosters, I guess. That's probably too much fluoridated water, chloridated. They got stung by the spelling bee when they were children. They have no definition. They're slang. They're just slanging shit. How about that? You know what? Dung feces, like bat guano. You grow any cannabis? They're probably smoking rocks. Something. Mexican Americans on their Adderall, Mexican cabinet. They like come push drugs on people, drug pushers. Like the government. #1 drug pushers on the rock. How do you think the drugs get into the prisons? They'd be the prisons guards, correct? Okay, moving on. Anybody else? Talk about mumble rappers. We got mumble rappers in here. Don's a mumble rapper. He couldn't even define the word hell. So he's out of here if he's still in here. Boy, we got a bunch of these people in here, huh? Most people are evil according to what the word says. Remember, most people go to hell. Most people will do that. Okay, if you can't define, if you can't say anything, I'll moderate you out of here. If you say anything other than the definition of hell, you're out of here. So, okay, that's out of here. Let's start moderating everybody out of here. Okay, come on, YouTube. Let's get this person out here. That's not hell. All right, let's get this one out of here. These are children. This is adult-only stream. To be 7 is the number of maturity. So we'll get out anybody that's a child. This is an adult-only. Christ. Is Christ a pagan term? There's no such thing as Christ. Christ is a term never written in the text. So that's not the definition of hell. So you're out of here. Get the fuck out of here. How do you like that one? Pluck the U-bow. Christ-like. All right, see you later there, dog. Jesus is Satan, the Son God. Love is the word agape. You don't know anything about the text. You've never read anything, so you're out of here. That's not the definition of hell. That's not the definition of hell. Give me the definition of hell if you want to stay in here, or I'll moderate you. See that? I'll moderate you. Don't want you in here. Don't want your subscription. Get away from me. It's a ministry. It's a family. Jesus is Satan, the Son God. That's not the definition of hell. Goodbye, mister. There's no J's in Hebrew or Greek. All right, what's this person say? You're out of here. I'll moderate you. All right, bye, said hi. Don't say hi in here. Give me some blanket. Stupid McCupid here. And early win. The stupid early show. All right, you guys are silly. So define the word hell or get out of here. Hell's not below your feet. Heaven's not above your head. I'll give you that hint. Would you like to phone a friend? But don't give me any other definition of hell or I'll throw you out of here. You'll have to get the hell out of here because hell is not below your feet. Heaven is not above your head. So it's not 2025. And if you don't make your own power, your words are powerless in here. I am off the grid and you are a Wi-Fi router. You're food for Wi-Fi. So get away from me. You eat corn Julio food, your corn syrup god. Get away from me. Yeah, you're in outer space, right? Get out of my space. If you're not, you're just an idiot. Goodbye. I don't know why you have that stupid thing over your thing. Why are you capital letters? The dump outside. What does it say? The dump outside of town. What the hell is that about, Antonio? You're taking a dump outside of town? All right. Well, don't shit in your own backyard. There you go. I think Antonio's got the right idea. Maybe somebody's speaking. No, what's the definition of hell? Goodbye there. What is that stupid thing? All right, you're out of here. You're not making any sense. Like America, who makes no sense. What's your diet? That's not the definition of hell. Either give me the definition of hell or you're leaving here. Goodbye. See, watch. Everybody's going to get moderated. Give me the definition of hell. Revelation 9:11. They have a messenger over them, an angelos. Angel is the word messenger, the definition. So I want the definition of Revelation 9:11 abyss. My people shall perish for lack of knowledge. So tell me what the word hell is. I'll give you a hint. It's not below your feet. You can't phone a friend. There's no lifelines in here. I will throw you out of here if you don't give me the definition that I'm asking for. We'll go one word at a time in here. Maybe we never play that. You gave a great tour earlier. It was really nice. You have a good thing going. I'm impressed. Okay, well, I didn't ask for that. I'm putting you in timeout. Now, give me the definition of hell the next time you're back, okay? So I didn't throw you out of the room. Remember, most of these people are getting tossed. All right, you got a 10-second timeout. Now give me the definition of hell. It's not about your eyes. Remember, the two thieves that'll steal your crown. I come quickly, Revelation 3:11. Let no one, 3:11, March 11th, he declared the coronavirus. Goodbye. Hi, goodbye. How high are you? These people are on some other Jesus, I tell you that. There's no J's in Greek, or is there in Hebrew? So who the hell is Jesus? I'm asking for the definition of hell. Give me the definition of hell. The absence of your father. No, that's not the definition of hell, okay? But I won't put you in timeout for getting the wrong answer. I got it. I got fired today. Okay, goodbye. I don't care about being fired today. You're not on the channel anymore. So give me the definition of hell. That's not the definition, Antonio. I mean, in a sense, you didn't give me. I want the scriptural definition out of the lexicon of the word abyss in the Greek. A negates. Remember, cancels. If you can't speak any oligos, how about poquito, mas, nada? I don't know how many languages, but remember, it was an old Jewish book in Greek, and I only studied the interlinear Textus Receptus, the one that was canonized in the 12th century by, remember, Constantine at the Council of Nicaea, where they pulled every word out and defined with the lexicons, and people don't even know what a lexicon is. So if you don't know a lexicon, shut up. Please be quiet in here. Thank you. I'll moderate you. If you can't define one word at a time with me, then you will go. Bye-bye. It's an adult-only stream. 7 is the number of maturity. If you can't be mature in here, how about this? What are the 7 things it tells you to do in Scripture to be matured? You probably want to be quiet, because there's no J's in Greek, or is there in Hebrew. So there's no such thing as Jesus. There's no such thing as Lucifer. There's no such thing as rapture. There's no such thing as a planet. There's a planet. What the hell is planet? Where do you get your planet from? Planet of the big feet? No big feet. Alien is a word, so there's no aliens. That's not a physical thing. Angelos, I already gave you the definition in this already of the definition angel. Are you looking for a simple answer? The grave. Nope, that's not. I want no lake, pit of fire. No, that's not what. I want the definition of the word abyss. I don't want your own translation. You're slanging shit. Your own crap or whatever version. That's called translation. You can't do that. The scripture says if you even add a period or take a period, you're going to hell. So give me that definition of what it is or get out of here. Goodbye. You don't study the right text. I can tell you that. Nope, it's not the bottomless pit. Jesus is Satan, the sun god. Love doesn't say love in the word anywhere in the scripture. That is agape, and there's phileos. You're confused. There, Carolyn is Satan. Carolyn is a Satanist. There's no J's in Hebrew, nor is there in Greek. So this is a Satanist and a Nephilim, because if they say it again and pushing, they're a liar, so they're a demon, because that's the definition of a demon. Where can I read the correct text? It's the one that was canonized in the Council of Nicaea in the 12th century. I have it right here. It's Operation, right? Warp Speed, remember? He's in on it too. They're doing it by the script, remember? The interlinear, remember? Textus Receptus, written in Old Hebrew, right? Well, Old Jewish book. Hebrew, Old Testament, Greek, New Testament, right? Old Jewish book written in Greek, canonized in the 12th century, so you can be coded by the number. And look, notice, no J's. No J's. There's no such thing as Jesus. Jesus is Satan. The masse is eating. He doesn't want us to masse. To masse. Masse is the celebration He doesn't want us to celebrate the ritual of eating flesh, human flesh. That is, we are not to do that, or drink blood. That is Catholicism. That is Satanism. He called no man father. Okay. Where does one not die in the flea, not quench? Okay, goodbye. That's stupid. All right, so give me the definition of hell. We're going back to this. Okay, why do you say said hi? You're going to get moderated because you say hi. How high are you? You asked me on some other Jesus. So goodbye. Give me the definition of hell, or go. Revelation, the last text written in the scriptures. See, it wasn't written on paper, was it? No. And the headings, which convey the idea. Goodbye. I didn't ask for that. I asked for the definition of hell. Goodbye. Give me the definition of hell. We're going to start all over again with you in the room. See if you guys can even, you're children in here, aren't you? Childish when it comes to the text. There are 7 things in scripture that it says to do, right? There are that if you don't know what to be matured, 7's number of maturity. It's an adult only stream. Don't speak up in here thinking that you know something, because he said if you had a jot, you're going to hell. Take away a jot, you're going to hell. Do you know what the word jot is? How about yod? How about halakha? If you don't know those words that I just told you, you're a Satanist probably. Satan means adversary, okay? You freak out about words. You're an idiot is what you are. That's giving you the benefit of the doubt, isn't it? You're an idiot, idiotos. You want to know what's the definition of that? So just slow down, Turbo. Slow your jets there and cool them off there. Let off a little steam, Bennett. You guys want to be entertained is what you like. You like your bread and circus, Jesus. Jesus is Satan, the sun god. The mass say, goodbye. Why do you come in a room and say hi? That's stupid. That's like going on, marketplace and saying, is this available? So, okay, but let's get you out of here. I already, brother, asking you because you don't know. You're not my brother. So don't call me brother, Dakota. I'm not your brother. Hola? Why are you saying hola? All right, let's slow down. Listen in the room. Don't put anything in the room. I'll moderate you. You're all in here. If you put anything other than the definition of hell. No, adios. You're not my hermano. Adios, pendejo. Don't put your sodomite sign. The heart sign is sodomist. Baptism is not by water. You're a Satanist. Goodbye, John. So give me the definition of hell. Thoughts on Nick? Well, okay, I don't care. That's not the definition of hell. Give me the definition of hell. Where's my moderators at tonight? The realm of the dead. That's not what it is, Antonia. I want the definition. It's the word abyss. And Revelation 9:11 says they have a king over them. King over them. That king is the angelos. That word angel, the definition is messenger. So a messenger is an angel. Angels don't come from the sky. They don't fall out of the sky. Angels aren't giants. That's not what an angel is. An angel, the definition, Greek book, old Jewish book. If you use a lexicon, it says what? Messenger. Okay, D1 crash. Okay, goodbye. What the hell is that all about? So, what is the word in Revelation 9:11? They have a messenger over them, the messenger of the abyss. That is hell. That's what you call hell. It's not below your feet. You don't die and go to hell. You don't die and go to heaven. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. I want the definition of the word hell. That's not what it says. It says in the book of Revelation. Welcome to HD Fat, okay? Abaddon. Okay, that's not the definition. Why do you say that, Antonio? I didn't ask. I asked for the definition of the word abyss. This is the false prophet only is the true Messiah. Okay, what the hell does that have to do with the... You're an idiot. Get out of here. Give me the definition of hell or leave. You go to heaven if you're a believer. No, you don't. Ice, you're an idiot. You don't know what believe means. You're a Satanist is what you are, Cube. You don't know. You didn't give me the definition of hell. So you're right. Get the hell out of here. Goodbye. What is this saying? Hey, can you shout out? No, we don't do shout outs in here. Goodbye. I want the definition of hell. Abyss or leave. He said, my people shall perish for lack of knowledge. You can't tell me what it is, then don't speak up. There is no J's in Greek or Hebrew. Where is your joy? There's no J's, and he comes in there and says joy. Joy and pain. Why are you so rude? Goodbye. You wouldn't know the difference between passion and anger. Goodbye. Why? Don't ask why. I try, bud, but are dry. Bud, wise, or you guys are wise? Either we're magi. Goodbye. Give me the definition of hell in Revelation 9:11. I am Pastor Revelation. I didn't ask to be called pastor. This is a ministry. Can I talk to you? No. Goodbye. Give me the definition. Revelation 9:11. It says in Revelation 3:11. It says, "I come quickly. Let no one take your crown." Right? Let no one take your crown. So, goodbye. Where's my moderators? Jesus Christ is the King. That Jesus Christ is Satan. Get out of here. There's no J's in Greek or Hebrew. Get out of here. You're a Satanist. There's no planet. There's no free will. There's no luck. God's not in the sky. There's no aliens. Alien is the word. Well, it's a word. See, it's not. It doesn't exist in the physical. Word is Hokadesh. The word became flesh. That is Shiloh, the one who redeems his bride. If this is all foreign to you, that's alien dialect. Tongue. There's no such thing as speaking in tongues. There's no free will. You can't be saved. Get away from me, you idiot Satanist. Jesus loves you. Reagan's an idiot. Don't moderate all these people who don't read. If you don't have this book right here that I have right here, you're a Satanist. Probably Satan means advocate. If you add a jot and there's no J, anybody says Jesus in here, obviously has never read this text. A heart's to continuously, you put a heart in here, that's sodomite. Sodomy. Fire and brimstone. Antonio, I'm going to moderate you. If you don't give me the definition of abyss, you're out of here. You keep saying guesses, but I don't want your guesses. You're a translator, and that's what Christ told us not to do. Christ is never written in this text. There's no such thing as Christ. There's no such thing as Lord. There's no such thing as Jesus. You're an idiot, okay? Stop. I'm sorry you're being lied to. Jesus is God. Goodbye, you idiot. You guys are children. Children. I know they don't read this text, brothers and sisters, because there's no J's. No J's in Hebrew. There is no such thing as Jesus. You're already in your own hell, just so you know. You don't die and go to hell. If you give me the definition of hell, you'd realize exactly what I was saying. So welcome to HD fat, high desert, not for HD quality. When I'm pounding in your eardrum, if you can't give me the definition, you need to leave. Connor, can you give me the definition of hell in Revelation 9:11? It says they have an angel. An angelos. Angelos is the word angel. That is the definition messenger. The messenger of the abyss. That's the word hell. Apollyon. Greek and Hebrew name. We're speaking in Greek and Hebrew and have to know the definition in the lexicon. You have to own a dictionary and a new English, slang. You're American. I'm not asking you to speak American. I'm not asking for your translation. He said don't even add a jot. That's a period. Most people in here can't tell me what a tittle or a yod or what the word halakha is, so they're Satanists because they're the adversary. So stop. Okay, goodbye. Stop sign. You're out of here. So can you give me the definition of hell? In Revelation, that's the word apocalypse. They mean the same exact thing. Pastor Apocalypse, Pastor Revelation. I am Revelation. Thank you for Father giving me your ear. Otherwise, you're just a deaf ear. You're retarded. You've been screwed down, throttled like a carburetor. Get you on your back, you're screwed. Like every woman ever got on her back, she was screwed. Sorry, ladies, it's the facts, Jack. If you don't like it, go away. So I'm asking for the definition of hell. Hell. Revelation 9:11 says they have a king, a messenger over them. The messenger of the abyss. That is the word hell. Hell's not below your feet, so now give me the definition of hell or get the hell out of here. It's actually not the word hell, it's the word abyss. A-B-Y-S-S. That's also A-B-U-S-O-S. A-B-U-S-O-S, A-B-A-T-H-O-S-O-S. Those are all the same word. I don't preach. Preach are teeth, they touch kids. No, you didn't give me the definition, Connor, did you? Hold on, let me see. Did Connor give me the definition? Connor come in here and knock you guys out of the park. Did Connor give me the definition? No, I didn't see it, Connor. I didn't see it. Now you're in a Shadow Man channel. You don't normally... Nephilim is the word bully. It doesn't have any to do with how tall somebody is. Get your lexicon out. See, Nephilim isn't a giant. That's the word Anunnaki. And giants don't come from the sky. Nothing comes from the sky. There's no gods in the sky. Heaven's not above your head. That's not in the sky. And he said to meet him in the sky, and he's not talking about over your head. You are a child when it comes to these words that are written. He's the word. That's the word Hokadesh. He said, I am the Aletheia. What does that mean? If you don't know any of this text, you need to leave because you start spouting Jesus or some nonsense in here. Nephilim is a bully. It's basically the word demonion. In your text, it says devil, and it doesn't, there's no devil. There's no such thing as a devil. It's a distributor of fortunes, a fortune teller. Like a demonion, fortunes are lies. There's no such thing as fortunes. There's no such thing as free will. There's no such thing as luck. You can't be saved. The last trump has not sounded. The shofar was the ram's horn. Remember, David cleared him the lamb that makes father the ram, Aries the tabernacle in the place of rest in the celestial firmament. So wake up. I'm not going to sit there and have you sit in and come in here, and if you can't give me the definition of something, speak anything in this text because you don't know it. So goodbye, Durr. Stuck on dumb, Clinton. What in the hell does that mean? I don't do Clinton in here. Fuck Hillary Clinton and fuck Bill Clinton and fuck Donald Trump. Put them all in jail. Lock them all up. She said his inaugural dinner, remember? They were all changed in the twinkling of an eye at the last Trump. How about chump? How about Mr. Warp Speed? I don't get it. Was the definition wrong? I didn't get your, Connor, I didn't get your definition. I didn't see it. I need the definition of this one word right here, Connor. Bis, bathos, or busos. Okay, I don't care. So, goodbye. Goodbye. I'll talk to you for a second, Connor, because I don't know why they didn't. They do this on this channel. It's a shadow ban channel. Most people, the channel, don't worry about it. Isaiah 45:7, true. Okay, well, 0, you can stay in here. I swear YouTube deletes my messages and it's annoying. Well, Connor, and you're in a shadow ban channel, especially if you speak aletheia. That's the word truths. Remember, if you ain't taking flack, you ain't over the target. That's what happens, Connor, when you actually can speak up about something. And, you know, most people can't speak any aletheia, truth. They speak translation, like American, they speak American. See, this is an old Jewish book written in Greek. The Old Testament is Hebrew. That was the Torah. The word is the Torah. The Torah is a mathematical language. Math. It was all spoken into existence. The word became flesh, right? That's the Hamashiach. But anyways, oh mighty, what the hell is that all about? Gosh, people are lame. Duck sitting there like a duck in a pond waiting to be shot. Jab. Too many jabs, I think what it is. All right, bathos sounds like the root word about all of it. So does it have anything to do with depth protection? Okay, hold on, listen. Momar, just hold on 1 second. Thanks for coming in. Scott. It's doing the same thing, Scott. We're just trying to slow them down to one word at a time. Hey, that's fine. You can glean from this channel, Parker. You're more than welcome to glean. What's this stream about? Blue book, the great blue book. Remember, I have the script. I know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not a fortune teller. I know what they're going to do. It's all written already. God created the evil, the day of judgment, for the day of judgment. Well, he created a lot more than that. Don't say that, Kevin, because that's not true. Or Kev, that's not at all. He creates calamity, chaos. He creates evil to test his bride. He creates most people are evil and go to hell. Most people in this chat right now can't or define the word hell. In Revelation 9:11, it says, remember the sun god, Satan, Baphomet, Moloch, Mithra at the time of Rome, Apollyon, Abaddon, John. How about that, Mr. Warp Speed? No, his house is decorated with Satan. President 9/11, 4 + 5 is 9. Skip Joe Biden, 4 + 7 is 11. Oh, President 9/11. Oh, they're selected, not pretended, right? They're actors. You're fired. They've got the script, and these people know it. They trick people by telling them there's gods in the sky. They know there's no gods in the sky. This is exactly, I broke this dream in the name of Jesus Christ. Well, guess what, Kev? There's no J's in Greek. It doesn't say name. It says Shem, and there is no Christ in Old or New Testament. So where the hell did he get the word Christ? I rebuke this in the name of Jesus Christ. Look at those. There were 3 words that are never written in these texts. Name, Jesus, or Christ are never written in the Old or New Testament. It says Shem. Shem is the second born of Noah. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Remember? He was the authority, the leader. Ox, Aleph. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't know how you can't delete and ban anybody. You don't have the wrench. So, but I don't fear evil. God created all. I fear the Creator. Only those who fear the Creator, Bradley, the Most High, the one that doesn't dwell high, not on drugs, right? In temples made by hands, right? So there's 3 books, actually, remember? Judgments, Lamb's Book of Life, and the Book of Remembrance. I don't often talk about it. Don't censor people. Oh, that's a good way to get out of here. Goodbye. What a stupid thing to say in here. If you are legit, you will know following a dude. Give me your power. What the hell is that all about? You're a Satanist. Get out of here. The only way to the Father is through the Hamashiach. And the Father is the word. Hokadesh. That is the word ghost. There's no such thing as ghost. Father's ghost. Okay? So you don't know what you're talking about. If you can't speak these words in here, I won't have you in here. Okay? All right, come back. What are you coming back under, Connor? It's a lot of this channel, too. Yeah, hey, all right. Thanks for coming in, Scott. Appreciate it. Beam me up, Scotty. Nanu. Thanks for coming in, man. Spock's the first one to nail a blue. Not Smurfette, not Avatar. Spock nailed the one. Remember Spock with the little pointy ears? That's a fairy tale. Maga, the high priest of the Satan chief. Ah, there we go. Nathan, thanks for coming in. So we're doing what we do in here. So spread it. What's the word of the day? Legs. Spread the word. Word to her. Play tricks on your nerves. I'm going to get on your nerves if you don't have the right definition. I'll listen to it, but you make up your own slang, translation, transslang. American. You speak American to me or English. It was an old Jewish book, remember? Written in Greek, the Old Testament, Hebrew. It's a mathematical language. All right, there we go. Zenith, is that like a television? Oh, like Magnavox or like Samsung? You see what I'm saying? No. Yeah, we see you. That doesn't, you just mentioned invokes. Get out of here, you idiot. Man, there's a lot of bumbling ding-dongs in here. Ding, ding, dong. Ring, da, ding, 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 dong. Peak? Oh, your P's peaking. He's reached the top of the market. Remember, FOMO, the fear of missing out. They're going to get in before the gets good, right? Nope, they'll keep going. And then the higher the high, the faster it crashes. Remember, like taking a ball under the water. Before you take it down, the higher it's going to come out. Don't peak yet. We're not done there. You have to endure until the end to be saved. That's the word sozo, S-O-Z-O. We only speak definition here. You don't speak it's in this book, we'll throw you out of here. This ministry is not allowing any. Send me your biblical scholar. Send me your priest, pastor, deacon, reverend. Send them here. Bring them in here. We'll even bring them in on a second, whatever, if you want. We'll show them. They don't know the gospel. We're gospel based in here. So it's about the gospel. So don't peek yet. There we go. Look at that. Lucy, right out of the gospel. Thank you. I love you, brother Lucy. You know, Lucy, low, slow. Lucy, low. He's low. No, he's low and slow. Watch out. He's like got switches. You know, what ends up to snitches, they end up in ditches, or they curl up like bitches in a ball, right? Like a little dog or something, you know, female dog, like a cinnamon roll, cinnamon bun at the cinnamon bun around. I don't know. I don't go to the mall anymore. Do they have malls? Did it go through? You're still here. Nope. What was it? What is the book? This is this text. This is the Interlinear Textus Receptus. This is a 4-volume set. There's 66 canonized books that Constantine canonized in the 12th century. And they defined all the words in this book. So if you can't define the word, I was a demon before. I've been a Nephilim. I've been both those things. Literally trying to make up my own Jesus nonsense. Makes no sense, like America. That makes no sense. Get it? Well, literally now. But my message is definitions. The text, look at it, what this is. It's the interlinear. International, it's the interlinear, right? It's written in both languages. Listen, they took, listen, Santoni, you good eye, right? Good eye. No, listen, this is where he took 150 Catholics and 150 Christians. They're all Satanists and all pagans. But what they did is they took the lexicon in the Old Testament and defined each of these words. They even ran into some words in the 12th century that they could not transliterate, which means they didn't literally change any of those letters or definition. I'll let the truth, the definition, as I'm telling you, in the lexicon, Hebrew or Greek. There were 300 men. This was done in the 12th century. So this is an old 12th century book. Before this time, it wasn't written on paper. This was written on tablets and stone scrolls and pounded out onto the rock by scribes and, by the, Pharisees and the Sadducees who could still speak the old Hebrew. Somebody like myself, they would probably obviously more of a, because I remember understand, you have to know the Hebrew like he was an old, remember, Hebrew Israelite. Remember Jacob, who he so loved, he hated Esau before he was born, who killed his brother Satan, the one I'm talking about, Moloch in Revelation 9:11, Mithra at the time of Rome, but nobody can give me the definition of the word hell. I go on and on doing this almost every time now because I want people to get the hell out of my face, out of my space. They think they're spinning on a ball, block, rock, third from the sun dimension, corkscrewing through time and space. Constellations debunk that heliocentric model anyways. What a bunch of idiots. Means they don't know what they're talking about. Never heard it or seen it. That's actually giving them some credibility. You know what I'm saying? Well, like they don't know. You can't hold their feet to the fire if they've never hearing ear, never heard it, actually never been told or seen. That's an idiot. That's the same word as ignoramus. Most people are ignorant when it comes to this tech. So I think the stars should stick to being beautiful, not religious. Well, I think you're an idiot, damn. The stars are in the gospel or in the celestial firmament. I live in the largest dark sky sanctuary. I enjoy the stars, but remember, the firmament declares the handiwork of the Father. You're just some bumbling, wandering idiot. Probably a wandering star. Well, I'm a motherfucking star boy. Star Wars. People are sitting there talking about there's gods in the sky. Shut up. Nothing up above your head. Nothing comes from above your head. Galileo. Listen, guys. The Mayans knew that this is your planet X that you're trying to look for that's outside of some solar system that doesn't exist. You don't live in some universe. There's not some outside source. That is planet X. Hercolobus, the Mayans call it. Come on. Let's not be an idiot about the celestial firmament. There's a clock above your head. It's not some hand pointed at some numbers on some circle on a wall or some digits. Okay, let me show you. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's not 2025. Please leave if you think it's 2025. Okay? You're an idiot, Joseph. This is a Satanist. Let's take time to look at Joseph the Satanist. Joseph is a Satanist. Kind of funny as the name Joseph, huh? Isn't that funny? Hey, Josephine, how do you do? Maybe it's a female. My bad. So anyway, no, look, Joseph is Satan. Never even read the book of Isaiah 45:7, huh? Get out of here, Satanist. It's not 2025, crappy. You believe Christianity. You can't believe, Patricia. There's no believing. I'm going to take you back to school real quick. I didn't listen in school, so I learned most things after school. I had to unlearn and relearn. Faith is a noun, but belief, it's not a thought in your head. You can't believe in Christianity. You can't believe in an alien. You can't believe in God. You can't believe in Bigfoot. Believe is a verb. No, we never passed 1999. It's not, listen here, Prince. We're not going to party like it's 1999. You sound arrogant. Okay, well, get out of here, damn. Okay, damn, you're on the spot. Went to the dam to get some damn water. The damn man said there wasn't any damn water, so I told the damn man to keep his own damn water. So, Joseph, come on. Why not? Are you there with me there, Patricia? You know what I'm saying? Father creates all things, okay? You've never read the book of Isaiah, have you? Father creates everything not written. There's no free will. There's no luck. Your team Kane. Okay, goodbye, yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Steeler. Okay. Are you ready to bring Pamian into your vessel? No. We're not going to do none of that nonsense. Get away from me. The eye is the lamp of the body. No, darkness. Remember, the eye, if its vessel is filled with light, then the whole vessel. Nope, you're not going to mix your swine nonsense in here. Wait, are you a Steelers fan too? No, I'm not a Steelers fan, Connor. That guy just coming here from, I just did some silly little song. Now this is pod racing. We're pod racing, podcasting, not racing. There's no racists in here. If you're a white nigger, black nigger, brown nigger, red nigger, or yellow nigger, you have to leave. I don't do racism. I don't like niggers. no, well, if you're a white nigger holding your breath, now you're a blue nigger. Maybe you're that Cheetophile, the orange nigger in chief. Don't be a racist in here. I'll throw you out. Racism is not allowed. God, Father created one race, the human race. There's none of this twisted gender in here, not allowed. Go away from me. It's an abomination. It's abomination for a man to put on woman's clothing. It's abomination for a woman to put on man's clothing. It's abomination for a woman to lie with another man. Oh, no, with another woman. It's an abomination for a man to lie with another. Remember, and especially to have sex with animals. That's Jesus Christ, the sun god Mithra, birthed in the middle of the winter on December 25th. So we're not supposed to have sex with beast. Your Jesus has mange. Jesus is the Satan sun god Mithra, born on December 25th. There's 100% fact proof. They had a whole week pagan, remember, Yule festival, the Saturnalia, where they prayed to Saturn because they thought the sun was dying. You know, he left celestial firmament markers for those who are celestially wise. Heaven's not above your head. Hell's not below your feet. If you like to slow down for 1 second, give me the definition of hell. We'll prove you don't know anything that's in this book. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. So let's go back to the word hell. Slow down for 1 second. Moderators, moderate anybody who does not give me the definition of hell, or at least make the attempt. You're going to get thrown out of here. Don't want you in here. Don't want your subscription. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you. Goodbye, you're arrogant. Definition of hell? Nope. Nope. Antonio, you're definitely out of here because you already had the definition. So you're out of here. Don't come back here ever again, Antonio Perez. I seen you in here. You were in here for the definition of hell earlier. So you got to be out of here now. I'm throwing her the bus because of this. Patricia, you're going to get one more. You have to give me the definition of I'll throw you under the bus. Damn right I will. Give me the definition of hell or get the hell out of here. Revelation 9:11 says they have a king over them, the messenger of the abyss. An angelos, angel is the word messenger. That's the definition. Angels don't have wings. Jesus in a place. There's no Jesus, so goodbye. That's why you didn't give me the definition. There's no Jesus, so you're not giving me the definition. I didn't ask for that. I asked for the actual definition of the word abyss. Apollyon, Satan, the sun god. Revelation 9:11 says they have a king, the king of the abyss, the messenger, the sun god, Apollyon, right? They have a king, a messenger over them. Goodbye. I didn't ask if I'm an atheist. Goodbye. I'm an anarchist. I'm a constitutionalist. Give me the definition of hell or leave. You put any moderators, moderate them. I don't care who it is, moderate them. They can't give the definition of hell. If they're trying to give the definition of hell, that's one thing. They can get the wrong answer. I'm totally okay. But if they put anything else, they can't slow down for just 1 second. They're not welcome. We're going to do this often in here, just to show people don't know what the hell they're talking about. So they should never talk about, because he said, if you had a jot, I'll blot your name out of that book. So you're going to hell. So you should know what the hell you're talking about before you know what a jot and where you're going, right? This is what I'm doing. I'm showing people the light, right? They're in the broad way, show them in the narrow way. Love is the word agape. There's no such thing as love. It never says love. Never says Jesus. Moderate me so hard, please. Okay, there you go. This person, look at this. Most people are evil and go to hell. Okay? Most people are evil. Father creates most people to go to hell. That's what it says in the book of Matthew, correct? Enter through the straight gate, for broad is the way that leads to the wide gate that leads to hell. Most people go to hell. Many enter through that gate. Oligas, find the straight gate, because narrow, whoa, narrow is the way that leads to the straight gate. It's the word hados. No, that's not it. I want the definition, though, okay? Thanks for guessing, ma'am. Oh, you don't need to be so formal in here. So don't call me sir. Call me Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Those words mean the same exact thing. It means to lift the cover, pull off, remove, to reveal, to revelation. Most people are, you're going to have a revelation if you're here. We'll do it one word at a time. That's how it works. Remember, neatly folded mask that remember Mary declared his sister, or her sister had risen, right? Giving women a voice, equally yoked under this covenant. The subservient was to the man, was only to the teaching. It wasn't go get me a beer, bitch. It meant you would listen to like what I'm telling you so you can learn. And under this, we're equally yoked. So I'm not above you. You're not above me, or I'm not below you. I'm just asking you for the definition. Those who deny evil will make it. Pretty simple. What the hell does that mean? No, that's not the definition. Why won't you play? Are you afraid? What are you playing there, God? God is a title. By the way, I just put it on there. There's no such thing as God. It never says God in this text ever. It never says Jesus, never says Lord, never says Christ, never says planet, never says rapture, never says Lucifer. You can make up all your own words. So give me the definition of hell, and you can stay in here and play the game. It's not a game. We'll just, how about one word at a time? You slow down so you know what the hell you're talking about. In Revelation 9:11, 4 plus 5 is 9, 4 plus 7 is 11. What an idiot. Lord is a pagan term, you idiot. Never written in the text. Somebody wants me to accept Lord. Lord is the word master. And he says you can't serve two. Remember? The two that you're going to get here, the two that'll take your crown. Revelation 3:11, I come quickly, let no one take your crown. And on March 11th, Donald Trump declared the coronavirus. March 11th, 3:11. So get away from me. You're not allowed in here. That's why I have moderators, to moderate your ignorance. No, ignorant means you don't know. You want to be an ass, you don't want to learn, you get thrown out of here. Ass is Christ, if you want to use that pagan term, because it comes out of paganism, will call you brutish, a brute beast, because you have an unwillingness to learn. So, isn't God a concept of everything that exists, include what we can't see? It's not a concept. Father, it's not Martin, it's not a concept. There's no concept. Father is the word. That is the word Hokadesh. It was all spoken, not some big bang, not some sex with orgy, man, beast, and women. That's their deity, little g God. Satan, the sun god, Mithra, Apollyon. It's called many names. Baphomet, the god of three genders. Their God is three genders. Father is Hokadesh, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The Son, the one he sent to fulfill the Gentile nation, as I was speaking earlier, to a female, we are now, right? We're all equally yoked under this covenant, Jew, Gentile, man, woman, like there are 12 eggs in a whole dozen, black, white, brown, red, yellow, all flesh. Not everybody. Most people go to hell because they enter through the wide gate. Hell, all you have to do is define the word hell, and you'll slow down and go, no, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I better stop talking about that book. He said don't add it. The very first people he deals with are the false teachers. He actually says, call no man teacher. That is the word prophet. And a false prophet is a scorpizzo, I'm a scorpizzo. I'm birthed on the 13th, the Gemini. Everything about my number is Gemini. So careful. He creates an antichrist to perform all the same miracles and wonders. God is a concept. All the things you just said used to describe concept God. There is no such thing as God. Get away from me. You're a Satanist. There's no God. So I rebuke that you can't even, it never says God. There's no God. There are little g gods, deities. That's the word demonion, or devil. They used to pray to their ancestors for fortunes. You have no idea what you're talking about. Thank you for getting that, Father, for this right hand to press the button to get this Satanist out of here. Is the adversary. At a jot, you're a Satanist. At a tittle, you're a Satanist. At a thought, you're an Antichrist. Not the Antichrist. The Antichrist is the one that's locked in the pit in Revelation 9:11. I keep asking you to define, because you think you know something about this book. The very first people he deals with are what? The false teachers, the ones that cause the flock to divide. He's the divider. He said, I am the horizo. I cause the separation, cause one of mine to stumble, cause mine to, my flock to scatter, to divide. That is the false teacher, the scorpizzo. Anybody who speaks of anything in this book that's added, taken away, or changed is a false teacher. You are the first people he deals with, and you better just shut the fuck up while you're at it, because you don't define. I'm just asking for you to define one word. Hell, it's not below your feet. Heaven's not above your head. God is a title, and there's no gods in the sky. They used to pray, remember, to Saturn, right? Because they thought the sun was dying at the equinox, right? To their sun god, Jesus Christ, Satan, Mithra, the sun god. Oh, that would be the god of the Roman sun god, Mithra. if you'd shut up for a minute and, stop listening to that chatter in your head and start defining one word at a time, you'd start knowing that Jesus Christ is Satan, the sun god, birthed on December 25th. After a week orgy, they would burn a man like a burnt offering of flesh, like the pagans at the equinox, New Year, right? No, the New Year doesn't start in the middle of the winter. April Fools, you idiot. New life, New Year springs up. They do this ritual. The Hamashiach was not birthed in the middle of the winter. The shepherds were in the field with the sheep in the months of October, November, and December. The sheep are in the field. No, they're up because of the rains. You're an idiot. You don't have any idea what you're talking about. There are celestial markers that have been left here for us if you're celestially wise, but you would know. And all I'm asking you to define is Revelation 9:11 says they have a king over them, the king of the abyss. This is your abyss. They thought all the constellations in Israel were going under the sea. Your trident gods, your Tammuz. This is the worship of paganism, Satanism. Pagans thought they could offer burnt offerings. That's an Old Testament. Take your son Isaac up, put him on the, at the altar. They offered burnt offerings. There was a god of war. That is the Old Testament God, Alith, not some sun god, Satan. He's the creator. He's the word. They have twisted this calendar. That's why anybody in here who speaks up and says it's 2025 is a child. You do this orgy calendar worship. Your calendar is north and south. He said, I am the horizo. Your outer space is up and down. There's no outer space. Welcome to outer space. See, I'm the horizo. I'm the divide. So there's your Jesus Christ. That's Mithra, the sun god Satan, the seventh, right, king of Revelation. They thought that the sun was dying, and they prayed to the goddess of heaven that thought they was spinning that Big Dipper around the North or Pole Star. Idiots. They do the same crap today. Oh, there's gods in the sky. That's exactly why he divorced his bride Israel. See how ignorant people are? Absolutely ignorant. Just gone. Gone in the head. That's hell. No knowledge. Bis, bathos, and booth. How long have I been in here? Nobody could define it. Father, you didn't make many people to go to your wedding, did you? No, most people go to hell. Enter through the straight gate, for broad is the way that leads to the wide gate, that's to the abyss. Hell, no knowledge. Bathos, busos, and bis are the word Knowledge. Busos, byss, and bathos are the word knowledge. He said, my people shall perish for lack of knowledge. Isn't that ironic? I've been in here how long, and not one even person could define it. And that's okay. Many are called, but oligos are chosen. That's what it says. Oligos find the straight gate. Find it because they're on the narrow path, narrow way, hados, in the same narrow way as Christ, conforming, not above one another, like hados, equal to. That's pride, Old Testament. God had a pride of heaven, his pride, Aaron and Levite. What do you mean God creates evil? You don't ever read the Testament, do you? Anything in Scripture, do you? You let them broker out your salvation to some dude on YouTube, some pastor, some priest, some deacon, some reverend. He said, call no man father. There is no reverend. Call no man teacher. That's the word prophet. What do you mean? Do you know what you're talking about in the text? Do you ever read the book of Isaiah? Father creates all things, calamity, chaos, evil, good, everything not written, everything that ever will be, no free will, no luck. That pisses people off, especially these religious idiots. Remember, he said, I don't dwell in the temples made by hands. The Most High does not dwell in temples made by what? The body is a temple. So is it saying in the Bible God is a conductor of a good and evil? It doesn't say Bible. There's no Bible, and it doesn't say God. So that's a childish answer. This word you use right here, Bible, that means book. It wasn't written on paper. It was written on stone tablets, and now it's written on the hearts of the bride. Many are called, but few are chosen. Oligos. So, well, I'm just, Isaiah 45:7, Father creates calamity, chaos, evil, all things, everything not written. Everything not written, everything that ever will be. So anything that hasn't even happened yet, he has already created. You're an idiot. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You've fallen for a religion. This is what Christianity does to people. They follow the Catholicism, which is Satanism. eat my body. That's the masse. Father doesn't want us to masse. Masse is to celebrate the celebration of the flesh eating the flesh of the sun god Satan, Jesus Christ, birthed on December 25th in the middle of the winter. 100% that's Satan. We know that. Anybody who studied outside of religion can figure that out. But no, that waters you down. That's what baptism, right, is, right? Or by water. No, that's not what the definition of baptism is. That's a halakha ritual changed by the Pharisees. Halakha, Haggadah. See, you're going by the old same rituals of past. We don't go by any of this anymore. We don't celebrate any single day. There's only 2 birth dates. That's the worst date you could ever sell. It's the celebration of self, the birth of oneself. That's pornea. That's exactly why he divorced his bride Israel. Self-will. Made up their own personal law, agape. Most people call it, it's Torah. It was the Torah, the Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Where's out of religion? There were 613 statutes, commandments inside of contained within the first 5 text books of the Old Testament. That's not a religion. It was called the Torah. It was the Jewish law. Not a Targum. That was the perverted halakha, Haggadah. See, if all those words are foreign to you, that's quite well. That's what happens when you go to Christian churches and Baptist churches and Methodist churches. And what are they on? A bunch of Methodists or what the hell? Oh, we're Jehovah's Witness. We're Israel. We're over here in the middle of Israel. We're blowing the fuck out of people outside our borders. That's not the Israel. Pastor. Yeah, I didn't ask for the name pastor. There's 50,000 people between YouTube and TikTok that follow this ministry. So many are called, few are chosen. Not everybody comes here, but I didn't ask for that name. So he doesn't want PhDs and none of that. But people come in and they call me that. They've been calling me that for years. So I am Revelation. I didn't ask for the pastor. I am Apocalypse. Get it right. Get it straight. Narrow is the way that leads to the straight gate, because broad is the way that leads to hell. Wide is the gate. Straight is the gate. Narrow is the way. So I will reveal, that is the word, to reveal, revelation, to pull off the cover, to lift. Remember, they veiled his face after they hung him from a tree. Nobody hung from crosses. You ever hear that before? Cross is a pagan unk. Nobody hung from crosses. That's Satanism. That's Jesus Christ, the sun god Satan. The Hamashiach hung from a tree like a contract. That's why we knew it. We know it's not some Muhammad pedophile in the Quran that the Catholics wrote. Catholics are Satanists. Christians are Satanists. Mormons are Satanists. They're no prophets. He fulfilled all the prophecy. The final prophecy to ever to be fulfilled, it's already written, so you're not going to foresee, is the prognosko, the Greek word prognosko in Romans 8:29 to 4:0. Prognosko. You speak any Greek? See, you don't speak. You speak some other Bible Jesus, some book Jesus. He's not on a book. He's written on the hearts of the bride. The heart is continuously filled with wickedness. Continuously filled. Never stop overflowing. That's why he tells us to bear and take up our cross, and nobody's hung from crosses. Ever. Once. Masters of torture were the military police. They'll waterboard you. Well, you can't do that, so they'll pour wine over and booze board you. No, I'm just making that up. No, they are in the military. Guantanamo Bay. Do we need to talk about that shit? What about what's going on in this country right now? Huh? Right of due process? So, let's go back in time, our Old Testament. Remember, you've forgotten. We're not under the Old Testament of laws of flesh. He fulfilled. Remember, not a broken bone in his body? The unblemished sacrificial lamb? Remember his fulfillment of no stone left upon another to destroy all the physical rituals, the physical temple. Now the body's a temple. The kingdom of heaven is within. Put that light at the top of your house. Let it shine. Don't boast because you know, but whoa, put it at the top of your house and let it shine. How far would you want to go back there? Oh, get out of here, you dipshit. Get out of here, you Satanist swine, Old Testament fake Jew. Get out of here. Why do you keep coming in here? You're not going to, weapon formed against this ministry will prosper. You're an idiot. Get out of here with your pan god. Take your little Peter Pan pie, whatever flute you're blowing on, and stick it else in somebody's American pie, whatever slice you like, but it ain't happening here. I ain't taking no slices of your pie. You might like the taste of a dick in your mouth. I don't even want to try it. No thank you, bite. No thank you. Not going to even try it. Get out of here, Nimrod. Your little tasty Jesus. Little semen samples. Remember, they had sex and would fill a man full of semen from man, beast, and woman. So get away from me, you Old Testament Jesus. Jesus is the sun god Satan, Apollyon, Yahweh. Stop it. You don't know who the Hamashiach, when he said, hallowed be thy name in the Lord's Prayer. Lord's a pagan term, never written there either. No crosses, no Lord, no Christ, no Jesus, no Lucifer, no planet, no rapture. What do you keep saying all these words for? The word is Hokadesh. Father birthed his son to fulfill the Gentile nation, man and woman. Hokadesh in flesh, Aletheia, Shiloh, Haridzo. Remember? Haridzo, not light, not life. He said, I am the Haridzo. You know what that means? You don't. So he said, I do not come to bring peace. That is the word shalom. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon those who call out peace. Those who say peace and safety. MAGA, high priest of the Satan church, do as thou will. No such thing as free will. It's all fulfilled. It's phileo. That's what it is. It's don't pray for them. Father's perfect, didn't he? He said, do all these things after my own counsel. I do them for my own pleasure. I create evil for my own pleasure. So, where did the word Jesus come from? No, that's not a Greek word, because there's no J's in the last letter, nor is there, so there's no such thing as Jesus. That's a make-up thing like the Easter Bunny. It truly is. Jesus is Satan, the sun god. Mithra, that's the Masse, M-A-S-S-E. That's the eating of flesh. Christ Mass, that's Satan. See, religion waters people down. All these churches do this Masse worship of the Pope, Papa, Father. Not the, obviously the Muhammad was a pedophile. That's still written by the Quran. That's your Tammuz, the one who had sex with his mom. Semiramis, the Ishtar god, star goddess. The moon, lunar goddess, have sex with your children, right? Yeah, look at, they do this Old Testament and they twist it. That's what they do. That's Tammuz. That's the son of Christ Mass. Mass is Nimrod. That's the one that Donald Trump has his house decorated with. President 9/11, 4 plus 5 is 9, 4 plus 7 is 11. They had to skip Joe Biden. Remember, he said he knew I was a snake before he came in. Then he let Joe Biden. Oh, they didn't skip Joe Biden, huh? They had to put Joe Biden in, right? Yes, they could be president 9/11, right? By the number. He declared the coronavirus on 3/11, March 11th, and they already had their roundtable discussion back in October before any of this was ever announced, huh? They even patented it and all that. Oh, yeah, I come quickly. In Revelation 3:11, he says, let no one take your crown. See that? But when on March 11th, Donald Warp Speed declares that a virus that's not even a living fucking organism, apologize for my cursing, I have my faults, is a national emergency, right? For something that you can't catch. Remember your neatly folded masks? They found the Hamashiach. Mary had found that. You know what that means? That's accordion style folded. That means the master, like Lord, he's going to return. If he was eating this old Jewish tradition, if the Jewish slave was in the shadows, he would wait for the master to be done, and if the master was done, he'd wad his napkin up on the top of his plate. If not, he would, if he was going to go do his thing or whatever, he had to take a call, take a call, right? Whatever, go do his thing with somebody called, hey man, Lord, there's something at the gate. He would neatly afford that accordion style mask, showing that he would return, and had to sit there watch all you stupid people wear that face diaper the whole time. They veiled Christ's face. That's the word apocalypse, is to lift the veil. That's the word apocalypse, to pull off the cover. They veiled Christ's face. How many accounts do you have there, stupid ass? The old pagan god, the old pagan Satanist, Yahweh, fake Jew. You're a Trump supporter. This guy's into man, beast, and women having. Check this person too for their IP address for kiddie porn, because they remember, throw your kids in the fire, eat your kids, have sex with your kids. Yep, check this person. They have the same IP address. I know the same person, so probably finding kiddie porn on there. This channel is monitored by law enforcement too. I'd be careful coming in here saying stupid shit. You don't think so? Go back through the stream. You'll see me hold up actual case evidence where they're in here saying that they fly drones, literally, SWAT raid my house. This ministry. They kidnapped my son and my daughter Well, they took them both jail illegally, and then without a warrant, my daughter, and now I think both of them are dead. And the cops killed them both. Or Marshall, is he federal? Yep, something's going on. So I wouldn't be coming around here trying to say something in here. You're going to get your IP address tagged. You're talking to somebody. I already got my IP address tagged a long time ago. It's too late for me. I'm already past my neck, up past this. I've been doing this for decades, 3+. I've been doing it for 12 years here on YouTube. They knew who the hell I am. Yes, they do. You don't think so? Go ahead. Why is all the work of this ministry on the U.S. debt calculator? Why do I have, the only one here that, well, whatever. We'll just leave it at that. Go see whatever. They're been doing this for several years on this, over a decade with 6 YouTube channels. So there's plenty of content. If you want to go see what the fuck I'm all about, you can go. There's lots and lots of content. And they've shadow banned this channel for years. So don't worry about it. You're not supposed to be here. You'll be out of here. And if you're supposed to be here, you'll be here. Father, there's no luck. There's no free will. You can't accept Christ. No such thing as being saved. You can't be saved. Saved is the Greek word sozo, and you have to endure. Sozo, be carried, picked up, lifted from beginning point to an ending point, and then healed to the end to be saved. So no being saved, no luck, no free will. That's pornea, self-will. That's why he divorced his bride. God's in the sky and self-will. Here we are again. Kitty touch much. The president's a cheatophile. We know Biden was. We know Obama, known homosexual. His name is not Barack Obama. His name is Barry. See, that's what you just let these people change their names, push you around, do whatever they want with your dialect. You turn you into translators, which you are. So I'm not going to try to change you in here. Don't worry about it. You can't turn goats into sheep. It's not possible. Father already chose who's going to be called out in the book of life. Only by self-will they send themselves to hell. They have their name blotted out, gnash teeth. You're not going to get a flesh vessel, right? Oh, no, you're going to stay in your flesh vessel. You cannot return to Father with you. Father sent his son to fulfill all the laws of flesh, and then he took the flesh to be with Father. So there's no flesh when you return to Father. I'm going to go to where my Father's house is at. Not in the sky, not in the temple made by hands. I'm going to come back. I'm going to prepare a place to receive you. It's been over 2,600 years. Don't let anybody tell you don't be prepared. Don't make plans. Father will wreck them. But you can be prepared for all things because you're supposed to be girded in his service, not making plans of the world and doing the worldly things. If you're not standing against the opposition of the beast, the system, the dollar is the beast, whether you like it or not, that it is. It's the system that it, with 1,000+ military bases. I'm a veteran. I know I served this oil murder dollar. I joined the military at 17. You're killing Ukrainians, Russians, Yemenis, Israelis and Iranians and, Lebanese. No, you're plus military bases in all 180 countries. You know how many black ops operations there are? Private contractors, guys they try to hire like me, prior, especially MPs, that whatever it is, what it is, first one in the battle, last one to leave. More field missions in the military than any other skill identifier, MOS. We're the worst. Military police are the worst of the worst. They know war. They're the war machine, the most heavily armed 4-man team in the fucking military. And so ask any MOS, everybody reports to the MPs in the war. First one to battle, last one to leave. Prisoners of war, I told you, booze board you, waterboard you. How about we'll just make a crate out of you, and then when they try to have an Article 15, we'll just make that crate into a table that we had you in, and we'll just disappear before you get there, and we'll just have that Article 15 hearing right there at that table that you were locked up as a crate. Now it's a table. Never mind. Going on, you're not under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. You're about ready to come under all this law, though. They're going to bring everybody under this maritime merchant law, put everybody in this. You'll see. I already know what they're going to do. That's why they took over D.C. and federalized the police there. You don't realize this is a police state. Police state already here. Metaverse already here. They know exactly pre-crime. They've got all your numbers, your IP address. That's what I was telling you. You think you can run from these people. You are silly. There is nowhere you can go on this rock. You can camel yourself out, try to cloak yourself with some fancy little blanket. Elon, Starlink, Reagan's Star Wars, Donald's Golden Dome. That's a tracking device to track and trace. They want to be like gods in the sky, get inside you like nano, like a swarm of nano Miss Frizzle, nano school buses up your nanos because you breathe it or you eat it. Yes, you do. It's in everything. Every one of us has this in us. whether you like it or not. It's what you serve. Remember, you have to willingly take that mark. And the word mark, well, let's go to the word sin. The word sin, arise, you're going to shut up. There's no mark of the beast. They'll willingly, mark is the word karak, character. The word sin is to be off the mark. There's a difference between being marked and sealed. Remember, he comes back, they tells the angels, the messengers, put my seal on their foreheads. I come quickly, let no one take your crown. If you don't have a crown, brothers and sisters, to set at the feet of Shiloh, if you don't know who Shiloh is, I'm careful with your words. You're not going to receive your inheritance. And that all happens at one time. I don't care how old you think this rock is. There's only one judgment, one final seventh. You'll be changed in the twinkling eye at the last trump. Remember, they blow the ram's horn with sound, the shofar, the great and dreadful day of the Lord. This is the last, right? Grain of sand. He put 1 foot on the land and 1 foot on the sea and says, time is no more. That's it. You'll be changed in the twinkling eye at the last trump. See why they got Trump in there in office? Because you don't know the scripture. You don't know it. It's not written on your heart, and that's okay. Nobody's going to come in here and try to change you. That's the nice thing about, those that are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. They work in Father's service, his light. The eye is the lamp of the body, the vessel. Remember, the body is the temple. This is why Christ, this pagan term that's used, means anointed in oil, was such a threat to the Pharisees, to their temples, because he said that the kingdom of heaven was within, right? Come out of her, my people. The body is the temple, right? And was just destroying them with other physical. Remember, the destruction of the physical temple was prophesied by Christ himself. No stone would be left upon another. And that's exactly what happened. And not only just the temple, remember the law, the 10 Commandments was taken into the chasms. That we were not under the physical law. This is all destroyed. You understand? All the physical law, rituals, celebrations, fee, fines, customs, especially this Yule wheel worship. Now he became the sacrificial lamb. They ate lamb, not crackers and grape juice. Masse, eat my body, drink my blood. They didn't eat puffy marshmallows, bunnies. I don't want to hear a sugar-coated peep out of you, okay? They ate lamb. Remember, David declared him the Lamb of God. That makes Shiloh the scepter, the one who holds in high priest of the church now, not Old Testament. That's what these fake Jews are so pissed off about. Like this stupid King Parliament in here. This guy's a pedo. I guarantee this guy's a pedo right here. This guy's a pedo. He's got to be one of these cheetophile supporters. He keeps coming in here, trying to come in this ministry. Feds, you alphabet soup agency, fuck you, stupid corporate soup feds. Check this piece of shit right here, pal, for IP address. He's got to have kitty porn on his. I'm telling you, he keeps coming here trying to push the Testament, have sex with your sister, be fruitful, multiply, God of Aleth, remember? And we're not under that. He fulfilled all that through the fulfillment of his birth of his son. Remember? The only begotten son, Shiloh, the scepter shall not depart from Judah. That it was even declared in the celestial firmament. The Shiloh sign. Remember? The scepter. I do not come to bring peace, but a sword of division. 2 riders on the white horse. One on a white house or horse, remember? Making his triumph arch in front of his 58-story Manhattan Tower. Same thing. He's marrying the same thing as the 7th king. He's not the Antichrist, but he's doing everything in the Antichrist, signaling the coming of the Antichrist. So pay attention. You should see very obvious what they're doing right in front of the whole wide world. Even the president's in on it too, doing their space balls and their space farce, because it's going to come down to Project Blue. Yeah, and now he's doing his, do you see him? He wants his arch of triumph. The Arch of Triumph was the entrance into Babylonian, a Babylonian 58-story Nimrod Tower. People thank you. Or these people are lame, man. So, see how they do that? They twist everything. That's what Satan does. You must just be as the potter's clay, turn their works upside down. That's how it's spelled, Dave. Yep, Shiloh. With the, S-H-I-L-O-H. Shiloh, The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Because Judah, he was the lion from the tribe of Judah. That makes him the king. Remember, the king, 2 kings, 2 crowns. That makes him the king. The king. There's the king of the abyss. If you put your hand, do you play him? Listen here, Minecraft. Listen here, boxes. If you're in the Cobra in the box, like, you know. Much playing in the box. Minecraft. Listen here. What are you talking about? Look. Shadow. I walk in the shadow, right, of the valley of death. You try to invent like solar powered flashlights or something. Nobody's putting on any blame. Okay, you try to be a haiku master here or something. Put some poetic justice in here. Nobody's putting blame. What are you talking about here? Minecraft's playing little boxes, you know, Cobra, the black box. So I'm not sure. If you put your hand in front of the flashlight, do you blame? Okay, so let's ask you this. Minecraft, if a man, right, if a tree falls in the forest and a man's wife is not there to hear it, is he still wrong? That's what I want to know. Because you obviously, you know, your question's quite, it's kind of irrelevant. So will you answer my question? If a tree falls in the forest and a man's wife is there not to hear it, is he still wrong? I know, that's why I'm just toying with him. You know, he's trying to be a haiku. So speak some haiku. I'm just wondering if since he's, you know, putting blame, that we might be able to figure out who's right and who's wrong here. So what do you have to say out there, Minecraft? Let's put you in a box and you got to answer my question. I might answer your question. Because then I can tell you the difference between flashlight cops like Paul Blart, like I need some security in here. I'm feeling a little insecure. Give me some security. Those who say peace and security, sudden destruction will come upon those. You don't go to the mall, do you? I think we got a mall in here. Andale, did he leave? Maybe Speedy Gonzalez. Maybe he left. All right, so Minecraft is just playing games in here. So anyways, so I don't know. You can answer that if you'd like. You know, if a tree falls in the forest and a man's wife is not to hear it, is he still wrong? You got to tell me. I don't know. He's trying to talk about some flashlight stuff. I'm not sure what that all's about. So apologize for the interruption. We just got to move forward in the conversation here. We'll do it. Don't worry about it. You want to continue with the conversation, we'll keep going. So remember, Project Blue Book, brothers, sisters, Project Blue Book, not Operation Blue Beam. Will the wood still burn? Does a bear shit in the woods? My dad used to say that a lot, so I just didn't know. I don't know. Any ladies want to answer me? If a tree falls in the forest and a man's wife is not there to hear it, is he still wrong? Is that how that works? If Adam and Eve broke a covenant of God through the choice of putting their hand up and saying, my turn, then whose fault is that evil exists? All right, Minecraft, that's not what it says in the text, okay? God is a title. I think you gotta go Minecraft. You're just a little bit too young to be in here. Too much games. You got to name Minecraft. You're in a box, so enjoy your box. You've been put in timeout. Get in the box, you know, in the corner. There goes Minecraft, staring at the Cobra, at the box. I got the blue book, remember? The box, speaking about the box. Moving on. All right, let's move on to somebody tell me about Operation Paperclip. Paperclip. You know, I got paper clips and sticky note tabs, whatever, 3M tab, or whatever that, man, no, you know, Rolodex. I got all kinds of notes taken, so you guys want to go back to what we're talking about? I do. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Oh, wait, it's Wednesday, isn't it? Or is it Thursday? It's not. I only eat tacos on days that end in Y. So let's talk about it. You guys are boring, like the boring company, you know? Okay, what's Operation Paperclip? What is it? What is it? Not to be confused with Operation Pay-Per-View, like WWE or Body Slam, like when Donald Trump body slammed Vince McMahon, I knew he was going to be the president. Not to be confused with Geico, Marissa, remember? Gecko, Geico. Whatever happened to the Budweiser frogs? Budweiser. Oh my gosh, because I threw away my television. They might still have it. So, television. So, what is Operation Paperclip? Has a lot to do with Project Gotham. Project Gotham has everything to do with Operation Mockingbird. Nanook, right? These are all part of the same warp speed operation. Okay, right? So it was all not just the scientists, right? Wasn't just the scientists, you know what I'm saying? It was the chemists, you know, physicists, scientists, you know, the top knowledge of the day, the people who had the skill set, the mind, you know, they had the mind, right? People who are worth more alive than dead. Alexander Graham Bell. Nice. Thank you, Tracy. You rock. So, Marissa, now listen. Just hear me out, Marissa, please. They're doing everything they did back then, Marissa, again. I'm the only channel I know that's disclosing the 923 ritual of the seventh king being revealed as the eighth king. We already know that we've seen the enslavement of people. They're doing that because the Waltons did that during World War II, and we'll see a total enslavement of everybody this time, which they already did a soft, you know, stand on the X, go inside, flatten the curve. We already did this, you know. They're getting ready for their Project Blue Book, where they're going to bring in this Project Gotham, bring in the surveillance state, the metadata, and literally start whacking off part of the populace with their genocide. You know, remember, whack the nation. Vaccinations are like mowing the grass for the elite. They're going to go by what the text says. The encampment of the saints and the blood of the saints, those who believe in Jesus will die for, they'll be beheaded. They already are frontal to lobotomized. So remember, I told you this. Part of what Project Blue Book is these Deagle maps in 2017, which started this Aleph eclipse over the U.S. for the cancellation, the negation. Remember, with the 7 Salems through Ark, Texas, and again through Ark, Texas, through, remember, Rapture, Indiana, like the first, creating the second, first, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff was on the deck calculator. No, Busos is knowledge. You're an idiot. You don't have a lexicon. No, I'm not going to block you and Yale. What's the definition of bathos? B-A-T-H-O-B-A. You don't speak Greek. No, you don't. I have it right here. I have it right here. Show me your lexicon. Give me the Greek lexicon definition, you idiot, child, Mara. You don't speak Greek. Not at all. What's the word oligos? Tell me what the word oligos is. We'll just start with one word at a time. Get you out of here real quick, like you and your biblical scholars think you know something. Tell me what the word oligos is. Marijuana. That's a stupid word. I don't smoke marijuana. Mara. Tell everybody in here what oligos means. I'm waiting there. And I asked you what the word bathos meant too. B-A-T-H-O-S. How about B-Y-S-S? You think you know something? Well, you don't speak any Greek, do you? How about none? Like the priest eat meat on Sunday? Fish lips? None? Get it? Like Pisces? I think you're deceived, Mara. You have all the world to speak up. I think if you spoke Greek, you'd be able to. Is this what I asked this person? You're an ass. You know that, Mara? Is that what I asked you? Okay, well, you act like an ass because you can't learn. So bathos and busos are knowledge. So is the word bis. It's the place of no knowledge. Abyss. Abathos, abusos, abyss. Correct? Yes, in Revelation 9:11, the abyss, abathos, abusos. Yeah, no knowledge. Interesting. Do you use a lexicon ever? No. You use some other version. That's probably why you're getting perverted version. The Hebrew. You speak any Hebrew? Would you like to speak some Hebrew as well in here? Give me the word to, what does it mean to froward? What does that mean in Hebrew? Mara? Come on. Speak Hebrew. Olegas? A little bit of Hebrew? None? Once again? Yeah, you see that thing is bright tonight, isn't it? Well, full moon's got all these Ozzy Osbourne, bark at the moon. People at their radar towers, I guess, right? Blind as a bat. You speak Greek and English. Now guess what you get to speak? None. Goodbye. Don't come back here again until you come back to lexicon definition. Put the lexicon definition in front of me. Maybe I'll allow you to stay in here. Not anymore. So, get it? You have any drugs? Not anymore. Cheech and Chong, up in smoke. Puff. See you later. The magic dragon. Lived by the sea. Remember, the sea is the people, right? The beast out of the sea. How many beasts are there in Scripture? You know what the beast is? The beast is the dollar. The beast is the system that supports the dollar. It's fucking vodka, man. Hey, we had to do some Cheech and Chong, man. Up in smoke. Hey, we had some of our own. Grew some of our own Puff Daddy. We did. We got some good herbs here at the garden this year. Thank you, Father. Grew it with our own chicken crap. Guano. No, not bat. Boop. And organic sugar. Cane sugar, right? No, organic sugar. Yeah. So, not beet sugar, right? Not bleach sugar, organic sugar. Are you getting hot over there, buddy? You getting melty by the fireplace? I'm sitting here with my puppy. Are you getting hot, buddy, by the fireplace? Dad started a fire for you. I love you, my biggest guy. So, oh, no kisses. No kisses. No kisses, crazy puppy. So, anyways, let's put it to rest for a minute here. We'll do enough teaching for a minute. Hey, one day at a time. Like we're trying to figure out. He's still struggling a lot without his brother. He's just so used to his routine with his brother being here. But he's being such a good boy. He's Dad's favorite puppy that I ever did. Big was. Now he's my biggest guy I have that I love. He's my best puppy in the whole wide world. He is being such a good guy. He just struggled a little bit. So, Brock, people that don't agree with you, sounds like cowards approach this, screaming your right through into the abyss. Okay, whatever you think there. Let's ask you there. No, no, and no. Okay, no. Give me the definition of. Let's just see if you even know what year is it right now. No. Nobody's screaming, you dumbass. If I scream, I'll get your fucking attention. You'll know I have a voice that you'll definitely hear me when I raise my voice. I've raised my voice, so stop being an idiot. You can define the word idiot if you like. No, nobody's going to stay in here if they speak blasphemies to the text. So don't come in here like you just block people. No, I don't block people. That's why I have moderators, so I don't have to do it, dumbass. Tell me what year it is. And ask is somebody who can't learn. So I gave you that definition. Let's see if you even know what time it is. No, I'm not asking for daylight savings. What year is it? So don't be an idiot coming here trying to say some stupid ass shit. Put your fucking money where your mouth is, idiot. Seriously. Tell everybody what year it is. Let's show what kind of an idiot you really are. Like you don't have any idea what the fuck you're talking about. Come on, we're waiting. Ding, 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 ding. Need to phone a friend just to find the year. There's a calendar ahead, right? A celestial calendar. The firmament declares the handiwork of the Father. Psalms 19, right? The heavens declare the glory of God. Heavens aren't above your head. So do you have any idea what you're talking about? a coward. You can call me a fucking coward. How about you define something? Let's see if you don't even have to define. I don't even ask you for a definition. I'm going to see if you know what fucking year it is. I don't have to sub with vipers. That's what people like you are so blinded by religion. You are watered down. No, it's not 1752. So speak up there, idiot. Because I know you're an idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. You come in here and make some kind of haiku with your poetic justice. Didn't add up to shit. So I don't have you in here. The word tells you me. Do not sup with vipers. You don't read the text at all. Do you ever read the interlinear Textus Receptus? Now tell me what year it is there. Abyss. Screaming. Nobody's screaming in here. I did yesterday, remember? Captain Caveman! But that was all because somebody came in here as Captain Caveman. Remember? Captain Caveman? I thought it was funny. I think I got everybody's attention in the room. But that was kind of like, because I didn't want to scare my puppy right here. I knew he was next to me and I don't want to make him stressed out. So there's a difference between raising my voice and screaming and just a little more boisterous than others. So Captain Caveman, would you like it so easy a caveman can do it? Can you tell everybody what year it is? Since you're so poetic and you think I'm a coward and that I'm screaming. I'm not screaming at anybody. Or you one of these bootlickers that gives a cop your license because he's telling you what to do? Stop being a little bitch. Now speak up. You had all the time to just tell me fucking what year it is, and then you've done Lost in Space. Captain Kangaroo. Uh-oh. Remember Romper Room? Captain Kangaroo. Conjunction Junction. I think he disconnected. We lost his caboose. He fell off the train there. Must have been riding the train, the maggot train. High priest of the Satan Church. So I apologize, guys, but I'm not screaming at anybody. And that's just playing with you. When I raise my voice, when somebody fucking needs to hear me, you'll know I raise my voice. So I'm a prior soldier. I know how to call cadence. I can make my voice be heard from a long fucking way away. Okay. I just happen to have that voice. So come in here and call me a fucking coward and tell me I'm screaming at people. Can't even tell me the year. Walked away. Fucking stepped off. Bus fell off a cliff and landed to a pile of dicks. Pin Hill rotted my brain. What the hell does that mean? So you got Roger's got some brain rot going. Uh-oh. Well, you can eat a little better. How about that? Stop eating poison, sugar. Don't drink soda. Stop eating sugar. Our body completely rebuilds itself constantly. If it's stabilized, you die. So to stop being toxic, remember? People aren't supposed to die of disease. People are supposed to die of old age. Have you forgotten? Yeah, you fucking bunch of stupid idiots. I'm full of fucking idiots in here. It means you don't know. It's not an insult. Was the kids show late 70s and early 80s? Oh, you were saying a kids show. Oh, okay. There we go. Pinwheel. All right, there we go. What was that all about, the pinwheel? Seed stability is strain paralysis. Oh, people got sheep paralysis. Sheep will be sleeping. Sheep will be sleeping. People got sheep paralysis. Oh, sleep paralysis. Or they got the seed strain. Remember? What does it mean to sow seeds? That's the word broadcast. That's what it means to sow seeds, to broadcast. So, oh, hey, what do we got here? Hey guys, let me answer. Hey, I got somebody who hit me up that wants to do a trade on the internet. On you guys, be a lot louder than that. It was just being We're just paying plenty. I had the dog right here. I'm afraid my dog just stressed out. He really is a little. He's fine. He stayed right here with me. See, he didn't get down or nothing. There's a certain tolerance. He'll know when I'm raising my voice, whatever. He's not, dogs are, pretty good indicator when shit's crazy. Dogs, they get the flock out of Dodge. They're not stupid. But give me a second, guys. Somebody hit me up about something they want to do a trade. So, and actually it was for some silver. So, let me see, and some firewood. I need firewood, guys. So it's for a compressor, a really nice compressor I have out here, and it's almost brand new. But I did a lot of work to get but I need to I'm not going to use it when I dig the well out here, which I've already dug mostly by hand. But I'm going to get a big a big air compressor, so I'm going to be trying to couple. And I have this is pneumatic. What I have, it's air pneumatic drill. I bought a well drilling kit so I can drill wells myself. I don't want to pay to have a fucking well drill when I can drill one myself, and I can drill you a well and multiple people well. It just takes 2 people to drill it, and it takes the right, because it uses that high compression and spin bit and presses, and it uses like it's a system that takes and pulls the debris using air too as well, like a percolator pulls that through up out of the tube and it brings into you, and it just keeps drilling either through the rock or whatever. But anyways, I was hoping this compressor, because I worked for a long time, whatever it did, to get it, and it's just not quite big enough, and it could be coupled with another compressor, but I don't want to even try to do that. I think when I do it, I'm going to rent. This is a big ass compressor too, but give me a minute. Dust extraction. Yeah, no, this uses water and air. You know what I'm saying? Water and air to compress, pushes like a bubble system, pushing that continual air chuck, and it's going to pull all that with water and pull it up out of the system. Using kind of like, like a percolation system, a Venturi. You know what a Venturi skimmer is? Venturi. So this is what kind of drill it is. So anyways, give me a minute and I'll come back. We'll answer some questions here. Give me a minute. So the stream's going to pause. I don't know what the hell it says. It says, I don't know, streamer paused or something like that. Give me a minute to answer this question. Okay. Because like I said, I need to, thin down a couple things here at the ministry, and when I have to do that, I want to have the right. If the chuck stops spinning, then the whole system clogs up. The bit, goes up into the system, and it can be repaired, but it's taken their whole day to unclog the whole thing. So as long as I have the right air compressor to push the right air, and there's no leaks, it'll never have the problem, and you'll have But anyways, I'd like to keep it for the ministry, to use it for other, but I'll just get another one when the time comes. So I need firewood. I have no firewood out here, and I just didn't trade for any this year. I normally trade, and I haven't been able to go cut any firewood for years. I'm too busy out here. I farm, and I just trade. I'm a horse trader. I normally trade something for 2, 3, 4, or 5 cords of firewood. So, but anyways, this guy's got an offer for some firewood and some silver. It's a good trade. So let me see if I can get back with you in just a minute here, and I'll answer his offer. So give me 1 minute. All right, here we go. All right, we're back. My apologies. Yep, gotta. Yeah, I don't have any firewood. Kevin's got firewood, but I don't have any firewood. I mean, I burned a little bit of what I had here. I'll throw another piece. I normally have 3, 5 cords. I just didn't get to it this year. I had to obviously spend $100,000 on trying to keep my son from going to prison, locking him, get locked up, and ended up. So I really wasn't thinking much about myself, and I have a lot. I put other people before I put myself, and it gets me in all kinds of. Oh, interesting. The Venturi effect. Tell me what that's all about, Marissa. You're you got some interesting. Okay, hold on. He responded here. Let's see if he responded. Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got. Just the fan goes off the fireplace, works off the wood stove. Again, no electric on this fan. Works just off the heat of the stove. So I put all these extra, for radiant heat. These are cannonballs. We've got multiple, 4 or 5 of them on there. Just different. That's actually Kevin brought that anvil from me. He got his set up. They're just different heat things. Thing's actually a stove. You put water in that and it pushes water out. So let's see what he's gonna say. Hold on, guys. This guy just reneged on his deal, saying something different. Hold on. Damn it, I knew he was going to do that. Too good to be true. Hold on. Damn it, why do people do this? Go back on. Too good to true. I'm sure he backed out now. All right, he backed out. I knew it. Well, just whatever. He offered 3 coins in firewood, and then he said just the quart of firewood. So I probably won't even answer him again. So I can't stand when people do that either. When you say something, you can't fucking backpedal on the deal. If you're gonna say something, don't put the fucking 3 coins out there to begin with. So, yeah, this living, that's a simple way to explain it, living. I try to tell people it's a little more complicated than that, but that's making it very simple. I said it takes about 3 pages almost on paper to explain it to somebody properly so they could probably understand what you just said, but that's a good way to put it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're making it simple. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I knew they would do that. Lost. You know what I'm saying? It just is. People do that shit, and I'm good with it. I don't care. Or blow people off like that all the time, and I won't deal with them because I don't want to have no issues. I want to coming out here and being so. Like I said, you can't come up. Like I said, hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy this? No, I understand, but that was a good way to put it. You know what I'm saying? I've tried to explain what you just explained very brilliantly in a small, nice paragraph would take normally about 3 pages to explain to somebody properly so they can understand how that it's a really neat, I've got lodgepole pine. I'm burning lodgepole. It's pretty hot, burns hot, doesn't burn hot like Madrone or anything, but burns good, burns clean. There's a lot of ponderosa. This guy was offering red fir, and that's a nice wood, and it's a little more expensive, but whatever. Don't fucking offer me the 3 coins and then say firewood and then renege and say, well, firewoods, and then just neglect to mention the coin. So whatever. I'll go without the firewood. He can keep his fucking silver. I don't care. I don't go backwards on the deal. That's not how it works. I can't say, hey, I'll take $20 for this. I'll take $20 for this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is all seasoned really well. Everything's seasoned out here. Lodge and ponderosa and lodgepole and ponderosa pine. And like I said, there's fir and there's others, but that's what I burn. Juniper is what I like. Juniper is my favorite wood to burn. So, but I can't tell you that I want $20 for this and say, hey man, hey Slow, I want $20 for this, and then turn around and say, well, no, I want 40. Well, motherfucker, you already said 20. I ain't giving you no 40. See what I'm saying? You can't go backwards. I used to try to teach this people in sales. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. It get too hot in here. I can't do, I mean, this stove is meant to eat a 3,800 square foot. This is a Arrow. If I turn a fan on here, it'll rock me out of here. So I like these Arrow stoves. I have 3 of them. I have them in, in all the cabins. That's what I put in the Arrows in all the cabins. They all have the blower motors on them. They're super effective. You can touch the side of that stove right now. I mean, what kind of wood stove do you know? This has been burning where I mean, it's hot. What kind of wood stove can you touch? Can you touch the wood stove without it? I'm saying there's hot and it actually blows. There's a little box inside this box, so it blows out all the heat from right here and all this heat right here. Through here, all this is encased. See this right here? I could put a pillow right here. And not worry about it. Look at that. What kind of wood stove can you put and touch a wood stove? These stoves are awesome. You know what I'm saying? So they're my favorite stove. Oh, it's dusty out here. I haven't done any dusting in like 3 weeks. God, I'm not being a very good whatever. So, but anyways, it is what it is. Like I said, he didn't answer me, so I know he just won't, But like my point is you can't in sales. You know what I'm saying? You can't, tell somebody you want $20 for something and then turn around and say, well, no, I want 40. Or you can't. It's kind of the same effect. Put something out on a deal and then come back and see, here's what I'm saying. The 3 silver coins, they're worth about $40 to $50 a piece, right? We're doing a trade deal. Obviously, the compressor is worth more than the $399 that I'm asking for it. This is a better model too. It's not the 240 model, which is more, I mean, those are nice too, but this has the one, so you can actually plug it in. It's not having it work, so it is a little bit more desirable. The 240 models sit up there for a while. These 110, whatever models, or 220, whatever. Freaking electric, stupid. Anyways, but this is not, it's about an $800 compressor. So he originally said the 3 ounces of silver, about $150, and a cord of wood, which he's got one gas tank or wherever he got it from. That's a good fair trade. Then he comes back, I said, okay, I'll do it where you're at or whatever. I tell him where I'm at. I make the thing. And then he goes, okay, so 1 cord delivered and leaves the silver out. So fuck it. I ain't going to do no business with him. And I walk away from people like that. Yeah, I've been freezing my ass off out here, guys. In the morning, like I said, in the first part of the day, it's cold. I can see my breath, but oh well. I knew I was going to be cold, and it just is what it is. I chose to help my son, and I just had too much time involved in the case with Elijah. So now I'm 18 days, guys. 18 days from the pre-trial, and 1 week later. So, we're talking 20 some day. It's getting close now. So, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just have to deal with this for now, and I'm either going to jail in 18 days, so it's not going to matter, right? I won't need firewood. I don't want to go to jail, but that might happen. So that's why I haven't really been too concerned, because I might be going to jail of all things. I'm not going to try to plan for or make any plans. I'm just going to prepare for both, to go to jail and not go to jail. So that's just how I have to work at this point. I chose to help my son. And so if it gets me thrown in jail, it's like not the worst thing in the world, but it's not what I want. I don't know if I'll ever see the outside of jail if I go to jail, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot of, I don't have a record or anything, you know what I'm saying? So they can't give me that much freaking time, but they'll give you the mandatory minimum because I took it to trial. So we'll see. It's almost rolling to end. And so it's about another month. I got to, tough it out here. So, it's been getting 30s here in the cabin, almost freezing. I think it was 36 in here the other day, I was blowing my breath out for a while. And this is, see, this cabin isn't built like the other cabin that I built, This is the original cabin that I built out of a semi-tractor trailer, and I didn't insulate the walls. There's insulation on the bottom, some of it's come out, you know what I'm saying? But and a little bit in the top, but I need to redo this cabin. You know what I'm saying? They shot my windows out, guys. Still remember? This is why I'm burning so much wood last year too. You know, I still have all these, that other window, there's not even a window, the other window, it's all the top is blown out. They shot 3 or 4 tear gas canisters, you know. So, you know, this is taped, and the wind, you know, just comes right through that. You know, it doesn't really hold the temperature, and so this thing's more like a block. There's no air barrier, so the whole thing's got a, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they blew my windows out. That one, there's no top pane. It's all the whatever. It's just taped up, and sometimes it has a little. I don't know. I'm just not worried about it. You know, I can't get into more windows. I can't find replacement windows. That's why I would have probably replaced the windows, but then I don't want to replace the windows because I want to go ahead and pull the front of this off and insulate that front wall at least. And then I'll know I'll eventually do the back too. And I'm going to take this here and move this wall back about 4 feet too. You know, I need to make a little more room in here. I put this fireplace for spec when it could have been right up against the wall, but I like to do things like that. That way I'm not, you know, I thought if I ever came in and tried to get an inspection, it's far enough away from 18 inches. It doesn't need to be. This got a brick fire, you know, but I went ahead and did it anyways. That's the way I do things. So, yep, I didn't hear back from the guy, so I don't think he'll write me back. But see, my point is that I was making too is you don't sit there and offer me 3 silver coins and then a cord of wood, which would have been an even trade in my eyes. But I'm sure he's reneging, going, oh, well, fuck, I thought I could get away with just, you know, no, don't offer me the coins. If I didn't see the coins, I might have done it, but I don't think so, because I don't think a cord of wood is worth that compressor. So I probably would have shied away from it. But silver is sitting, you know, it's like 45, 48 bucks, you know, something like that with the pre, so about 40, 50, about 50 bucks an ounce. So that in a cord of wood, that's a good deal. He's coming from Burns. It's a little ways away. It's a little ways away from where he's at, you know. But wherever, everything's a little ways away when you live in Burns or you live in Brothers, you live wherever we live out in the country out here. You know, that's where he lives. So, and I knew it. As soon as I seen the cord, I'm like, God damn it, why you have to do that, Father? Sit there and rug pull me like that. So, but shit like that happens to me all the time. Just as soon as I think I'm gonna get a hit, is somebody fucking won't keep their word. So, but anyways, we'll see. Like I said, I might be sitting in jail in 24 days or something like that. Fucking that would suck, guys. God, I don't want to be away from Bone. He's already struggling without having his big brother here. He is lost. When he goes outside, guys, his whole routine outside is fucked up. I mean, it's inside the house, you know what I'm saying? But he just does, he can't figure it out. He's used to every time he turns, his brother, he's barking at me, and he's kind of lost. And that's going to be hard for him to be gone without me. He's already struggling with me here. I can't imagine. He didn't do this last time when his brother was gone. But now I think he knows his brother is gone. So, I hope not, man. I don't want to go to jail. I really don't. I mean, I just want to go take a vacation, come back here and put this behind me. You know, I was just trying to help my son. And he's just my voice. I didn't hurt anybody. They fucked me up. They blasted me in the face with a grenade. They kidnapped my daughter. They kidnapped my son. My son and daughter are probably dead. They're not going to even be showing up at my trial. I'm going to go to a trial where my son and daughter aren't even there, guys. How do I do that? How do I show up to a trial where my son and daughter aren't even there and they're on my case? So it's a little bit of it. I apologize. This home stretch, guys, is getting kind of difficult here. They're getting a little hairy for me, man. I'm trying to keep my cool, but I'm not my cool, but just like, so my nerves are a little bit on end here, you know. I hired an attorney. He ain't even, Gave him tens of thousands of dollars to start looking for my son, and he won't even say my son's name. And he's on my case. He's in the discovery. This is the weirdest case ever, man. This is the craziest thing ever. I've been through some weird, crazy shit. Father's put me through. This is far superior. This has been the most insane thing I've ever gone through my entire. It's still not over, remember? It's fucking still not over. It's been 526 or 7 days or something since I last saw my son. The last time I saw him when he was being shot by the fucking police with his hands over the air. I told him if he didn't resist, they wouldn't fucking shoot him, and they shot him anyways. I don't mean to go there, but I still got a lot of fucking PTSD from that. It does. It bothers me a lot to think I fucking got him into that. I got him shot. I got my son fucking shot maybe twice now. Imagine getting your son shot twice. I don't know where the fucking bullets were or where they hit him. Marshall said he got hit in the chest. I don't fucking. Oh, man. A little bit of spicy on the wrong throat. Oh, yeah, that was good. Oh, I'm going to do a George of the Jungle there. Bang, bang, gorilla. But imagine being shot twice. Fucking Elijah, my fucking son, man. He lives through the goddamn police shooting, but fucking Marshall kills him. Marshall shoots him. If he shot him, and remember, I don't know. Let's fucking see, you know. It looks like it. All the evidence is pointing to Marshall. The 40 pounds of silver, the gold, the passport. He said he could hide him in the gold mines. Remember, he said Elijah argued with him the whole way home. He gave me all the fucking motive to call the fucking Josephine County and said, here's where my son and daughter are at. I think this guy murdered my son, and my daughter might be there raping my fucking daughter. She might not even be there. Would you please go look for her? I know, please don't shoot my son. You guys already shot him. Imagine being in the situation where you have to call the cops on your fucking son. I fucking hate being alive so much, guys. I fucking hate this life so much. I wish Father would just put me out of my goddamn fucking misery, for Christ's sake. Imagine having to call the cops on your son knowing they already shot him fucking once, and to tell the cops, please do not shoot my son. Not Josephine County didn't shoot him, but the state police did, and tell them, please don't shoot my son. And I don't have that fucking recorded, and I wish I did. It's like one of the things I had, you know. I don't know, guys. I apologize. I'm just the loss of Tango. I don't know why Father took Tango from me right now. It must mean I'm going to fucking jail, guys. You know, it must mean I'm going to jail. I don't know why he would take Tango from me like that. You know, I'm glad it didn't happen if I went to jail, and it happened when Kevin was watching both of them, and you know, he died of basically old age. That's what he died of, old age. His stomach turned, but that's what happens when they get old, you know, and he didn't suffer any days. So only suffered for 6 to 8 hours or something at the most. I put him down. It cost me the money I had, but the money that I sold the motorcycle, you know, so I'm glad I had it. And then if I would have had $11,000, I would have spent it right there too. Just like I spent tens of thousands of dollars to try to, you know, $100,000+ and since I've started with this case to, you know, just this 18 months prior. This case is a lot older than that. This is a 5 or 6 year old case. I got hundreds of thousands of dollars in this case to try to help my son because they've been fucking him because of me. So I am to blame. So I am the one who got him shot. I am the one who got my son shot. So I have to live with that for the rest of my life. If I would have taken the gold and silver like he told me, he never would have been shot. The police wouldn't have never SWAT raided this house, this ministry. And he might be in prison, but he'd be alive. So just something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life too. And not only did I get him shot once, I got him shot twice. So why would he ever fucking want to talk to me again? He ain't coming here to build that house, you know, that he was coming here to build. I told him if he didn't resist, they wouldn't shoot him. And they fucking shot him anyways. So where are the bullets at? You know what I'm saying? So there's so much missing fucking information too in this case. There's some blanks that I want the fucking, I was told Marshall took those. Why would Marshall take the fucking casings, the bullets, the fucking, I asked, where's the rest of these tear gas canisters at? Because you hear them coming through the window, and then I heard that Marshall took them. Like, I wondered where's the fucking, concussion grenade that broke it. They woke my son and daughter up from a fucking sleep, and they're in a sleep. Imagine being woken up with a concussion grenade. There was so much concussion in that motorhome, it fucking shattered the front windshield. That's fucking savages. They're fucking absolute savages. What they did to my son and daughter is unfucking believable. And still to this day, nobody's come to help them, or nobody's even looked for them or nothing. I've asked this ministry. I've called hundreds of fucking times from the Department of Justice, federal, state, governor's office, district attorney's office, hundreds of times. I've literally fucking put myself out there as much as I could, trying to get somebody to help my son and daughter, not even me. Nobody's ever fucking helped them, man. So 18 to 24 days away from, or whatever it is, to either go to jail and be away from my dog and be away from the ministry. And I don't know how much time I'll get. So like I said, I don't have a record. So probably a couple years or something. I don't know. This is mandatory minimum. So what a shitty fucking thing to do to me. I don't even doubt for 1 second that God's going to throw me in jail. I'm preparing for it. I don't want to, but I'm definitely preparing for it. They released my daughter's charges for what they have charged me with, and 14 months ago, and they're holding me to the same exact charges for what she did. They're still holding my charges 14 months later and demanding to take me to trial. Made me spend all this money in the last fucking 14 months. Go through all this fucking terrorism. Remember what they did? If you follow the ministry, it's unbelievable. But this is what happens when you stand up to these people, and you don't lay down and just let them throw your son in jail. Prison for 7 fucking years. They were trying to race off my son's fucking life, make him go sit in a fucking rape cage for 7 fucking years. Fuck that. So, oh well, what can you do? I can't go back and change anything. I can't, so imagine getting your son shot twice and then killed, by, if he's alive, he definitely is not, I don't have anything to show he's alive. Somebody prove to me that my fucking son is alive, because I don't have any proof that he's alive. I think that's why he was taken out, because of this botched fucking SWAT raid that didn't go like the way they wanted it to. And it's just too bad that Father allowed me to live stream the whole fucking thing. Well, I didn't get all of it. I didn't get my son and daughter grenaded, but I didn't know that they were grenaded until later, until I found that goddamn grenade pin next to the fucking motorhome. I was like, in the bushes. I'm like, that's how I found the first one. It was stuck down in the bushes. So these people are really bad about, either they didn't police all their brass. That's pick up what, or Marshall couldn't find, and Marshall took the rest of this. And Marshall's been a part of this the whole fucking time, which I'm starting to think, because he already knew Tony Karsten. He knew Elijah before he knew me. He only got in my life because I was selling shit on the internet, But there's the guy who took my fucking dog, didn't give me back for many months, and my dog came back in fucking horrible condition, and I think this he shot my son. Marshall fucking had my dog. Well, Elijah was supposedly maybe there. Why would Tango be such a horrible addition? Because I think Marshall shot Elijah, and Tango was stressed the fuck out being around Marshall. Obviously, Tango felt all that goddamn stress. I don't see any other reason he was in the goddamn condition that I picked him up. Was I should have taken pictures of him and taken him and put him in, called him in for fucking animal cruelty to what he did to my dog, because he wouldn't give him back for months. And I'd only had Bone. So he really took months away from me, from me having Tango, which is a pretty fucked up thing to do too. When I pleaded him, I would drive whatever it took, whenever, wherever, just give me my dog back. And no, he wouldn't give him back. He kept putting me off. Why? Because I think he was, something he'd try to, kind of hide. And, he'd already must have been in some bad shape. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. When I finally picked him up, that's when I think that I got Adriana killed. Because I told Marshall, hey, I'm going to talk to Adriana one day. You said that you have. I asked him, where's my silver? Oh, Adriana has. You had it. Why the, one day I'm going to talk to Adriana when this case is over. And now that's, 18 to 24 days, which was literally fucking more than a year ago that I said this to him or whatever when I picked up Tango. God damn it. Did Tango even make a year? Anyways, but it is what it is. And, you know, he didn't get my dog back, for all those months. And when I got him back, he was in absolutely deplorable condition. So when I went there to go pick up my dog, I'm like, dude, well, I don't care. I just want to get Tango and leave. I'm going to talk to Adrian one day when this case is over. And I think that's when he lured her down there. Because if I found out that he took it, because he said she took it, what if I get a hold of Adriana and she said, Tracy, I didn't take that. I had silver. Remember, Elijah had silver. I had a paycheck coming. Elijah sold his car. You traded the Subaru for all that fucking silver. Marshall took that. I didn't take that. See, I don't think Marshall even traded the gold and silver in at the coin shop, which I asked the fucking Paul Palmer to do. Because when you sell silver and gold in Oregon, and this is a substantial fucking amount of silver and gold, 40 pounds of silver and enough gold to bail it out, where is Marshall? Why would they not go look when he had the 40 pounds of silver that he wasn't supposed to be touching, and he took, the gold to bail Elijah out? I don't think he bailed Elijah out with that silver and gold money. I think he had the 13, thousand, whatever, it was 130,000, 10%, whatever bail that it was, and kept all the gold and silver. And that's why Elijah and him, he said a year later after I went, when he wouldn't, the cops wouldn't look for my son. They already threw me in jail for trying to get him to look for my son. I recommend you eat a fucking dick, channel, okay? Eat a dick, fall off a pile of cliffs into your fucking DMT fucking little troll god, okay? Shut the fuck up, you idiot. I think you should fucking stop taking psilocybins, and it's not what goes in a man that defiles him, it's what comes out of him. Don't fucking put your stupid ass shit in here on me. Till push your fucking psilocybins on me. How about you just go fuck yourself, okay? Get away from me. I'm talking about my son, dead, and daughter. You're telling me to take fucking mushrooms. Go fuck yourself, you idiot. Get away from me, you childish idiot. Don't talk about stupid shit in here. I'm talking about my son, dead, fucking daughter, murdered, fucking, you're talking about mushrooms, dude. Go fucking trip with somebody else, man. Okay? Go. No, you're a fucking idiot. Don't stop pushing fucking mushrooms on people, you fucking drug pusher. You remind me of the government. The number one drug dealer on this rock is Donald Trump, you fucking idiot. Grow up. $2.2 trillion. No any kind of real estate or house deal I've ever, no block or rock. Or, get the fuck out of here. Get away from me. Channel. You're a fucking channeler. Like Channel Cat. You fucking bottom feeder. Get out of here, you fucking white belly. What are you, yellow belly? You got blue Channel Cat? You turning fucking blue hole in your breath? Just leave. Don't fucking say anything else. I'll moderate your dumb ass out of here. Coming, I think you need to take fucking mushrooms. I think you need to suck a fucking big fat black one, and then a blue one, and a red one, and an orange one, and a yellow one. Then when you got a mouthful of it, then you can fucking shut the fuck up. Eat more fucking dicks, idiot. Seriously. You're going to push, and I don't think psilocybins are a bad thing. Microdosing and the right thing can pull people out of PTSD, but you're just going to come push fucking drugs on people and tell me that my life is all, fuck you, you idiot. Go fuck yourself. How about that? Eat a dick, fall off a cliff and land into a pile of dicks. How about that? Goodbye. So you're still putting shit in here. You know that? You're full of it. You are. You're literally fucking full of shit. Coming in here pushing fucking mushrooms on people. Why would you tell people to take fucking mushrooms? What is your point? Are you a fucking doctor? Are you prescribing fucking mushrooms? Are you some kind of, psilocybin expert? You have a degree or something in botany or something? You're a fucking bumbling idiot, channel. So I'm just making an example of you, okay? That's what you come, right? You got a mouthful of it. Spores. Just keeps coming out. More bullshit. Talking, okay? So get away from me. See, there we just keeps fucking bumbling fucking idiots. Father, why do you send me the worst of the fucking worst in this channel? Yeah, well, that's because how this works, man. You know? Hey, that's how it happens when you're over the target. You get people just coming here just shoving drugs on people. You can do whatever you want in your life, brother. Says, I don't give a fuck, but don't come pushing drugs in here on anybody. The government pushes more drugs on anybody else. Remember Afghanistan, Benghazi? Let's never forget fucking Benghazi, Clinton, all these black operations. Yeah, okay, whatever. How do you think the drugs get into the prison? The guards. How do you think the drugs get into the fucking the goddamn police out here sell fucking drugs in Lake County? I'm not afraid to say it. That's why they go after my son. Because I'm the one who'll speak up for these lame ass people who don't want to ever speak up. And then when they do, they say stupid ass shit. They want to be an actor. They just want to let these fucking people just run around and do this shit right under their noses and just go along to get along. So this ain't the go along to get along gang in here, okay? You can get your fuck out. GFO. Take your little flying saucer nonsense somewhere else. Your saucer full of secrets and take it somewhere else. I don't want to hear it. Keep your secrets to yourself, your little black book, whatever the fuck you got. Don't spread your bullshit in here. I ain't having it. I'm fucking 18 days away from going to fucking, pre-trial, and my son, I can't even report him murdered or missing. Fuck you, you idiot. Don't come in here and start pushing mushrooms on people. Sound like the goddamn government. I think I'll take a bong hit to that, huh? Let's take some bong hits in there, huh? Some bong rips. We'll drink some coffee here, right? Do some drugs, some caffeine. Fucking drug pusher. Oh, there's sugar in here too, right? Fucking drug addicts. Oh, you a bunch of drug addicts. When's the last time you guys didn't eat sugar? Are you withdrawn off your sugar? So, no, I mean, what kind of dumbass come in here? Oh, you should take 7 grams of mush. Shut up, dude. You sound like some prescription farm guy trying to farm me out to some script so I can get some side effect. I don't know what the fucking side effects are doing 7 grams of mushrooms are at this point, but depends on what kind of mushrooms he's trying to push on you, what kind of psilocybin he's trying to have you ingest. I don't know if he wants you to smoke them, eat them, steep them, and make tincture out of it. I don't know, this fucking idiot. I'm all for microdosing. I don't do that. I've heard of insane results and mental clarity and all the, again, pulling people out of mental states of depression. People maybe did too many drugs and were a little bent over backwards. They can bring them back to reality. Again, PTSD, get people who don't talk to people. Psilocybins are a great thing, but I'm not talking about them. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't use that shit. I don't need. My dad smoked mushrooms. My dad in the 80s, but that's the only time I ever seen him, and he didn't do it that often, and he never did it when he only did it a couple times when he's at the house at like parties or something. I don't remember seeing him do it. All he did was smoke pots back then, so, and it was a lot different back then. So don't come in here pushing 7 grams of fucking mushrooms on people, okay? So you're an idiot. I don't like people who push drugs. The government pushes more drugs on anybody than anybody else. So. Good stuff. Outstanding. Well, I'm thinking about maybe I'll make a couple more of those. Those sandwiches were pretty awesome today. Those eggs are fire, man. I love those eggs. And chicken golden butt nuggets are amazing. So I don't know. All right, no, maybe not. I don't know. I'll eat those tomorrow. I don't need anything. I already ate a couple times a day. I don't need to be eating 3 times a day. Give your son 7G. You're a fucking idiot. Can't give my son 7G, you fucking idiot. So, here we go. I forgot that was a peanut butter cookie. Oh, no, that's the white chocolate chip. That's not the peanut butter cookie. That's the white chocolate chip. I wasn't expecting that. That one's a little bit more, it's got a little gas to it there. Odin is the way and the truth. Okay, you Nimrod. Smoke poles with your Odin god of 3 genders. Have sex with fucking beasts. They're 4226. Yeah, have sex with beasts with your orgy man gender god Odin. Get out of here, you fuck face. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, reach down to your lap and slobber your own knocker. Get out of here, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? You won't make it into Valhalla. There's no Valhalla, you idiot. There's no 13 versions, you fucking Muslim. I'll make you go ham in here, bitch. Like curl up in a ball like a little dog. Go away from me. You're disgusting. There we go. Just flour, yeast, salt, and water. There you go. Good stuff. Sounds like you're living the dream life. Living the dream. Seriously. Organic is the way, man. Organics. I know. McDonald's, you're an idiot. Get away from me, Grimace, with your fucking butt plug. Get out of here, you purple butt plug. McDonald's. This guy was the guy that caught in McDonald's of 3 counts of rubbing it in the parking lot. He was supposed to be going there to get a McRib. Instead, he got 3 counts of McRubbing it. So, Jesus ain't gonna save you, boy. Only Odin is the way. Shut the fuck up, you idiot. Big toe. You're a fucking Bigfoot. Hey, Big Toe, did Anakin Skywalker have a threesome with Chewbacca, and now we got your Big Toe in here? Doing bog rips while hating on other guys. You wouldn't know it. Hey, James, don't come in here speaking shit out the side of your face. I could do all the bong rips I want, and I'm not hating on anybody, right? Yes, I can hate the fucking sin, you idiot. Remember? I don't hate the sinner, you dumb fucking moron. Get away from me, James. Remember? Christ had a brother. Remember? Get away from me. So go fuck yourself. Once again, I don't want to hear your dumbass shit. I don't have time for it. I get 18 days. I might be going to fucking jail. So I ain't going to spend my time listening to dumbasses like you. I didn't learn what I know from listening to fucking dumbasses like you. So how about once again, no gasoline, no Vaseline, just have a reach around fest, okay? Jerk off somewhere else. Go take your Pornhub and pull your own chain somewhere else. Weak link. Cut it off. So. Oh, look at James. How many times did you hit your head? I got hit in the fucking grenade with a grenade in the side of the fucking face on May 29th of 2024, James. How many dicks do you suck a fucking day there, James? You smell like man chowder. You got taint breath. You got D's nuts right up to your fucking, mouth. So get out of here, idiot. There you go, James. James, like Jesse James. Choppers. I go through grass like a mower with a thorn mower. Get out of here, James. You ain't gonna play in here. You're a little two-wheel thug, unicycle. What are you, uni? Get out of here, James. Jesse. You ain't gonna make it in here. So, you didn't explain shit. You don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. So, goodbye. So, thanks for your time. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you. Okay, James, make a fool out of me. Oh, don't block James. Don't block James. Moderators, don't block James. Now make a fool out of me, James. Everybody's watching you, James. You got 23, like 9/23, 2017, right? The birth in the celestial firmament. Come on, make a fool of me. Make a fool of me. Come on, James. Everybody's listening. Make a fool. Let's have a conversation, James. What do you got for me, James? Step up to the mic. I don't have to. You're literally doing it to yourself. Okay, James is not going to actually has any fucking worth. He's just going to be some fucking bumbling idiot. James, make a fool of me, James. Come on. Everybody's watching you there, James. You got a whole fucking, you got a channel there, James. What do you know? You stepped in here, so everybody's watching you. Like a carrot, like on a string, come on, dangle that carrot. Make me chase the carrot there. I don't have words. Just read them. Okay, anybody with James, is this how I'm making a fool of myself? Is James making a fool of me? You said you're going to come in and make a fool of me, James. So come on, James. Speak up. I'm waiting. Everybody's watching. Make a fool of me. Fool, to be fooled, forward, spun, twisted, fooled, perverted. Come on, James. It's Cubism by Driscoll. You can look up Norma Driscoll. She's a painter out of Eugene. She did the work for a guy for psychiatry at the University of Oregon. A fool usually doesn't know they're a fool. You're doing it right now. But okay, Okay, whatever, bud. You're not working. You're not making me into a fool. You're on. James, let me ask you this. Are you on a Wi-Fi router? James, do you make your own power? But the justice system is about to do it anyway in 18 days, so who cares? Okay. No, the justice system's not going to do it in fucking 18 days, you fucking idiot. That's my pre-trial. Like, you know what the fuck you're talking about. James, you're a dumbass. You know that? No, don't tell me to ignore. Come on, Living. I do this. It's part of the ministry. I just troll the trolls. It's what I do. It's just what I do. It's part of being here. It would be dull if we didn't, I like just talking to you guys too, but this is part of what we do. I bounce off these people's ignorance is what I do. James doesn't know anything. I'm giving him a chance. Oh, you did silence people and you censor people because they make a fool of you. I'm giving him to make a chance to make a fool of me, so I'll censor him. No way, you're going to jail in 18 days, so explain yourself better. Okay, James, how about you just fuck off now? You didn't make a fool of me. James, you didn't make a fool of me. James, I have thousands of fucking hours of discovery. You could do some homework instead of being fooled by your fucking words because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That means you're an idiot, James. That you don't know the word ignoramus, idiotos. James, make a fool of me or get the fuck out of here. You done made an ass of yourself, somebody who can't learn. You have an unwillingness to learn. Just stop living in your own echo chamber and be more articulate. I'm living in my own echo chamber. James, how much discovery have you done on this case that I'm speaking of here, that I'm speaking of the case where in 18 fucking days? What's coming in 18 days, James? And if you can't tell me, moderators, moderate this stupid fucking idiot who made a complete fool of himself because he thought he was going to come and make a fool of me, but he can't even fucking articulate anything when there's thousands of fucking hours of discovery, couldn't even do any investigation for himself. Okay? So, go ahead, speak up there, you fucking idiot. Tell everybody, what's going to happen. What is the date set for in 18 days? Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Fuck off, you idiot. There's no paranormal. Go fuck yourself. Will you live stream yourself going to jail like you and your son running from the cops like a fool? Oh, okay, so you do know a little bit of discovery of the case. Nobody ran from the cops. See, you're a fucking idiot, James. Now look, guys, I'm going to show you. This is a Nephilim and a Delim, or a Nephilim and a bully. Did the cops show up with the lights on? Did any cops get out and even identify themselves, James? See, now you're a fucking complete fucking idiot. Look, hey, dumbass. Did you read the discovery? Remember, his speed didn't go, it didn't change. He was doing 55. It never changed. Did the cop get out of the cop car? Did he identify himself? Did he turn on his lights? Did he show up with any lights? Yeah, this is too easy to show so fucking how stupid the fuck you are. Because the evidence is still up there. So, once again, you fucking fool. Remember, you're fooled. Did Sam Birch, because remember, it wasn't Sam Birch, was it? It was Lance Brown. Did he get out of his vehicle? Did he have his lights on when he showed up? Because you watched the fucking stream, right? Did he show up with lights on? Did he get out and identify himself? A felony traffic stop. Remember, I've been a pig. Military police, special weapon tactics trained. So maybe he couldn't because you just had your son driving away for you. Okay, so listen to this dumbass motherfucker. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. To James is a fool. He said he saw the live stream and said, see, did the cop, he won't even answer the question now. Now I'm going to show you how much this person thinks I'm a fool. He can't even answer a fucking simple question like write your name at the top of the paper there, James. Stop fucking talking. If you don't answer my question, I'll just moderate you now. You've been given all the time. Did the cop have lights on? Did he get out of the vehicle? Did he identify himself or any sirens when he pulled up? Waiting, James. Was there any lights or sirens? Did he get out of the vehicle? Did he identify himself? Was anything ever said by the cops after following us to the house? Did the cop have lights on? A fucking felony eluding like you're trying to say. What? No, Elijah's speed never changed. It says that in their fucking report. So speak up, you dumb fuck. Okay, yes, it's everybody else's fault. So this is his answer, brothers and sisters. This is the kind of person that won't even answer a simple question. Remember I said write your name at the top of the fucking paper? This person can't follow simple fucking instructions. So you've just made a fool of yourself. You tried to come in and make a fool of me. And I said, you said you were going to get silent. Do you see how much time you had in here? Now, James, you were given the opportunity to answer one fucking question. And you couldn't do that. So once again, you say echo chamber. I live in an echo chamber. Okay. Because you ran. Did you hear what I said? Did the cop show up with his lights on? Look at what an ass this person is, brothers and sisters. An ass is somebody who can't learn. This is somebody who just is living in their own echo chamber because they won't even answer the question that I've asked. So did the cop pull up with lights and sirens on? Did he go in any kind of pursuit? Did he get out of the vehicle? Was there any felony pursuit? You said you watched the video, so we'll see again. If they're living in their own echo chamber, brothers, sisters, watch. They won't answer the fucking question. I've had people like this dumb fuck. Remember, I've done 1,500 people on a live stream and TikTok with 8 people in the chat. I think you can handle this little fucking idiot that, oh my God, I'm not getting the attention. I'm not getting the attention. I want all the attention. He silenced everybody. And I've given this person how much time? And they can't even answer one fucking question. And they're going to come in and make me look like a fool. I think they've done this to themselves, right? I didn't do it. And I'm asking them to answer one fucking question. Let's see. Again, they probably won't even answer the question. They'll go with this long, lengthy answer. Your fault. Take responsibility. It's not government's fault for your life to messed up. Anybody would like to comment on James before I moderate James out of here now? See, couldn't answer just one question, brothers and sisters. Going off on all this other, it won't answer a simple question. Wants to have a conversation, wants to come in and gonna make me look like, all right, because somebody makes me look like a fool, I silence him, and I've given them how many minutes has James been in here, and now they can't answer a single fucking question. So make a comment about James before I moderate this dumb fuck who doesn't know anything about the case. Obviously, he's not done any looking into the discovery on the case. That's what I'm saying. These are the kind of people that are on the internet you're gonna have to fucking deal with. Probably on a Wi-Fi router, doesn't make his own fucking power, doesn't have any long-term food storage, doesn't own a water filter. It's fucking echo chamber my ass. Oh, if we echo something, we echo fucking, preparedness, you dumb fuck. So anybody like to make a comment about James and him not having even the ability to write his fucking name at the top of the paper, can't follow simple fucking instructions, can't answer one fucking question, wants to keep bumbling and making all these fucking other comments, but can't answer a simple fucking question. So, Living, this is why I do this. Okay, see, anybody else? Hey, you said you were going to get silenced. Do you notice you're eating your fucking words, James, aren't you? You didn't get to, like the cops who came here and wanted something else, huh? Like the cops came here and thought they were going to have something. You came in here and thought you were going to get something, but you didn't get what you want, huh? You thought you were going to make me look like a fool. You say I silenced you. I didn't silence you, huh? And you thought you were going to make me look like a fool, huh? So, how does that work? How does that work? Right? You wouldn't even answer one fucking question. So would somebody like to make another comment about James who can't follow a simple fucking question? One single question. So, James, would you like to try to do this one more time, James? I already told you the name of the police officer, since we'll see if you're listening at all. Tell me the name of the police officer that I just mentioned to you, since you won't answer that question. What was the name of the police officer that day that pulled up that you watched the video of? Because I called out his fucking name, right? Right? I already told you, so let's see if you're even listening. Okay, so here we go, brothers and sisters. Let's see if he can even answer this question again. He couldn't answer one single fucking time. Nobody saw him answer it. So answer my question now. And oh, well, you moderate everybody that makes you look like a fool. Well, how long you been in here? And did you make me look like a fool yet? You couldn't even answer one fucking question that I asked you. Now I'm asking you because I told you in here, because everybody's now watching you again. I told you who the police officer was, who it wasn't. Now tell me what I said. Tell me what I said, or get the fuck out of here, you dumb fucking child. You don't have a dead or murdered son or daughter. You don't give a fuck about my son or daughter or me. You're just coming here being a troll. It didn't work like the fucking state police in Lake County worked out, just like it didn't work out for you trying to make a fool of me. So would you like to tell me what the police officer's name that day was? Because I did call it out and it was the wrong, and I already said it. So I mentioned both their names. Are you even fucking paying attention there? James, if you put anything else, you've just proven yourself to not only to be an ass, somebody who can't learn, but definitely foolish. I think you're the one who's been fooled. You won't even answer a simple question like, hey, what's your name? Right at the top of the fucking paper. So tell me what I said. your son turned out like, okay, whatever. You're a fucking idiot. So see what I have to deal with, brothers, sisters? This is what you're going to have to deal with too, with people in your life too. So they came in to try to make me look like a fool. And could they ever fucking even answer a simple question? They couldn't. They just pushed their own bullshit and couldn't answer a simple question. So if anybody else like to ask a question, I'll answer any question you like. But if you can't answer my fucking questions, I'm surely not going to fucking answer yours. So I got my son killed. I didn't listen to him. Okay? So I'm not the greatest parent. I should have listened to my son. He told me to take the gold and silver and go on the road. Stop trying to save money for him and, don't worry about the ministry. Just go on the fucking road. Buy the double cab and go on the road. And that's probably what got him killed, is the gold and silver, the precious metals that I held on to that he told me to sell. So, see, James didn't get to hear that because James is a dumb fucking idiot. He don't know shit about the case. That I am actually, feel 100% responsible for his fucking death. If he's gone, it's because I didn't listen to him. So, what James doesn't know anything about Elijah. James doesn't, not one of you in here, I even think one of you give a fuck about my son or daughter, and it doesn't matter. I'm okay with that. Not in 18 months has anybody tried to help them. Fuck me, the crazy dad that's standing up trying to make sure his son doesn't get thrown in jail. That's pretty crazy to stand up with the police, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we don't need to talk about all that. Okay, fuck off, Cisco. Don't tell me what I can and can't talk about in here. You can eat a dick too, okay? Just fill your whole mouth full of it. Just gargle that shit. I have no fucking time for people who just want to speak bullshit. You're full of it. You got some horse cock in your mouth or something, some bull cock. Don't come in here half cocked with me. So I'm setting the record straight, right? So you people walk in your own fucking traps. If you'd even look at anything, just answer the goddamn question that I ask you. Maybe you get somewhere with me. Otherwise, you don't get nowhere fast. You're like a goddamn hamster running on a wheel. Like James. Never could catch that goddamn carrot, could he? Kept trying to get it. That golden carrot. Just never did. Like a puppet on a string. So that's why I do it. So you know, Living. Because it's what Father makes me do. Make it a fucking example, right? That's what we're supposed to do. Show people the narrow way. It's a ram skull. I teach with it. Father is the ram. Remember? Aries, the tabernacle, the place of rest. They blow the ram's horn, the shofar. So imagine being responsible for getting your son shot twice. Not once, but twice. So James doesn't know shit. All I was asking James was, what was the name of the cop? Because remember that I asked, and did Elijah speed off? There was no lights. There was no sirens. There was no felony fucking pursuit. Go watch the video for yourself. So imagine they dropped my daughter's charges because they heard her in the video tell Elijah not to stop. As a matter of fact, I'm going to listen to that for the end of the night. I don't think I've ever watched the whole car, whatever, in any detail. I might have watched it once or twice, but she didn't fucking tell him not to stop. I never fucking heard her say that. But even if she did tell him that, that's not interfering with a police officer, and that's not hindering prosecution. Elijah could slammed on the fucking brakes, pushed the clutch in, turned over, and he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson is what it is. It's something I work for, okay? I work for it in trade so I can have it as a teaching tool. I don't like idolatry things you see, but it's a teaching lesson. It's there to teach, visually to teach. It's been used probably 1,000 times already as a teaching lesson. So it's the only reason it's up there. So he warned us of idolatry and imagery, but it is to show again that Father is the ram. David declared him the Lamb of God. Remember, that makes Father the ram. Aries, the tabernacle, the place of rest in the celestial firmament. But people are not very celestially wise, so it's okay. Remember, they go by these other G gods, little G gods, deities, gods in the sky. Yeah, Jesus Christ, the Satan, sun god, Mithra in the middle of the winter. So it is what it is. When you're over the target, you're going to take fucking flack. I expect that. It says you'll be persecuted for my Shem, for my name's sake. Christ stood up to the law. Christ stood up to the Pharisees, to the church, to religion. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing this to try to help my son. I should have just left and taken my son's, strong advice, taking the gold and silver, and he might be in prison, but I could probably get him out of there and he might be alive. But guess what? Nope. Father made me think that I could still have enough with the silver and the gold to give some to my son, pay the ministry off, and go on the road and retire. I should have just listened to him and gotten the double cab Tacoma. I just didn't want to buy anything new like that. I don't like new things. I got a piece of shit fucking 4Runner out there that might get me down to Mexico now, if I can leave. If James would be all happy if I got locked the fuck up in, 2018. No, I'm not getting locked up. That's my fucking pre-trial. What an idiot. So he could have known something before he opened up his mouth, right? So don't open your mouth about the case if you don't know anything. Seriously. They won't even look at the fucking case. It's been 527 days. They haven't even made an attempt. I don't even understand. I gave my attorney tens of thousands of dollars, and he hadn't even fucking called me. And here I am, weeks away from fucking trial. Days, 18, just a couple weeks, and I don't even know how long to be facing. But I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm preparing to go to jail, and I'm preparing not to go to jail. So I'm preparing to leave the country and take a fucking vacation and come back after I have a break from fucking America. I joined the military at 17. I'm fucking almost 52. My son just turned 26 the other day. I think it's time to take a fucking break. My son told me that, Dad, stop. You have not taken a goddamn break for 6 fucking years. His uncle came and took everything from him and me and some other stupid shit. But it is what it is. Start it all over. And he's like, Dad, you haven't taken a vacation in 6 fucking years. I try to get you to come out to my house for, 3, 4, 5 days a week. You don't stay any more than 1 or 2 days and you leave. You need to stop working, Dad. All you do is the ministry. All you do is Jesus. The reason why nobody talks to you, Dad, and I don't care. I love you. I'll talk to you the day you die, is because all you do is God. All you do is Christ. All you do is Shiloh. You won't do anything else. People try to talk to you about a car, and they're like, well, we're all self-driven, autonomous, but, no, you make everything about Jesus. You make everything about God. You can't just have a conversation with somebody without talking about God. That's not possible, Dad. That annoys the hell out of a lot of people. I'm like, awesome. Okay, thank you for your honesty, son. He's like, Dad, people run away from you. You know that, right? Oh my God, here he comes. He's going to talk about Jesus. That's not a bad thing, is it? Well, I don't care what anybody thinks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all about God. Father created all things, everything that ever was, everything not written, everything that ever will be, so it didn't even happen yet. It's all about Father. He's creator, the writer, the author. You can edit your name out of the book of life. So the only hope that I have, right? I don't have hope. I only have faith. Is that if my son is not alive, again, he's not suffering right now. That's the only thing, the forward thing that I have to look forward to, is that if not, he is suffering. I know he is. He's got a warrant for his arrest still, looking over his fucking shoulder. And his dad got him shot when they told him, if you don't resist them, they won't shoot you. And they shot him anyways. So he's probably not very happy with me. He did tell me he loved me. Okay, Dad. But then he went outside and got shot. So then Marshall probably shot him. So he probably got shot fucking twice in like a fucking year. And then I'm responsible for Adriana's death too, because I remember I told Marshall, hey, one day I'm going to talk to Adriana. This whole case is going to end, and I don't care. I'm just going to eat my dog and go. And that day's fucking 24 fucking days away or something like that. Wow. From that day that I told him years ago. So I will be dealing with fucking filing a lawsuit against Marshall as well. I'm going to be calling Josephine County as soon as this fucking no contact order's up. Say, all right, you fucking pricks. You didn't go look for my fucking son because there was a no contact order. Now, if you don't go find fucking Marshall Radonich, you're going to be hearing from my fucking civil lawsuit attorney. You didn't go look for him that day. You didn't go look for my fucking daughter. And if I find out that he's fucking still alive, I'm coming after your fucking police department. I want the goddamn filing a FOIA request already. I don't know why my attorney hadn't done this already. I want the fucking call from me calling Josephine County that day where the cop threatened to throw me in jail for asking them to look for my son and daughter. Remember, I had to call the fucking cops on my son. Imagine that. After they'd already shot him fucking once. If he was alive still. How would they wouldn't go get him? They have a 7-year warrant. Here he's at. They can immediately throw him in fucking jail. I had a passport there. That's a federal offense. The Fed should have been called that day. 40 pounds of fucking silver, and not including the fucking gold. That's, you know, that's a felony. They should have went immediately, contacted the feds. This guy's withholding his passport. We need to check the Wolf Creek post office, see if he went there. And nope, we don't see him. All right, we're going to do a search warrant entry on this. There's actually somebody who have a 7-year warrant on is this guy's saying there's 40 pounds. So they denied me call for service. Instead, they threatened to throw me in jail. So I'll be placing lawsuit against Josephine County too. What they did to me that day was totally illegal. Totally illegal. You can't threaten to throw me in fucking jail because I'm calling thinking that somebody is raping my daughter, potentially killed her and murdered my son and put him in these gold mines where he said he could hide my son and daughter. So I gave them motive and they denied me a call for service. So I'll be going after Josephine County through lawsuit as well. What they fucking did to me was cruel that day. Threatened to throw me in fucking jail just like Pat Wolke. I'm going to have Pat Wolke investigated as well. Why the fuck did Pat Wolke say he didn't know anything about my son being murdered in his county? Is that why Dave Vandenberg sent him over to try to silence my ass? Sent him over 6 hours away from his jurisdiction to rule on a pretrial case. Whether I'm going to trial or not with this attorney, he didn't have anything to do with my case, no shit about my case. Why is he standing in on my case ruling? And when I tell him, hey, my son was murdered in Josephine County, I didn't know he was a Josephine County judge. He turns around and says, I don't know what you're talking about. Tries to push me into this case. I guarantee if you look at Pat Wolke's cellular data, you'll see that Dave Vandenberg called him, and that's why he fucking came out there. Come on, Fed, you pieces of shit. Why haven't you come out here and investigated this fucking criminal behavior out here? Because they're in on it too. They're in on it too. The fucking Fed's criminal. They should already come out, and all of this could have been prevented if the Feds would have just come out here to investigate fucking Sergeant fucking the drug fucking meth dealer Rourke. And I ain't afraid to say that. His house, his fucking vehicles, pro vehicles, seen at the 2 people who deal meth in this fucking town. His vehicle seen at the fucking airport. I've said this already many times, and everybody's pissed off because it's the farmers out here who buy the meth from the cops. And they want a clean bill of, landing, Oh, they don't do it. They're perfect farmers. They're millionaires. Why? They don't do meth. Fuck yes, they do. Not all of them, but many of them do. And they get a free pad. You think they go around in circles for fucking hours and hours and 24 hours a day and farm fucking 365 days a year? Some of them. Not all of them, but there are many that do, especially the top names, and they want a free fucking pass out here. Well, there was one guy who came to town about fucking 10 years ago and started exposing these rich motherfuckers. Said, your money don't talk to me. My dad was a fucking actor. My grandmother was a fucking actress. My aunt was an actress. I have family that are fucking millionaires. Your money don't talk to me. Your money don't mean shit to me. You put your goddamn pant legs one leg at a time on just like me. Your money don't mean shit. I'm going to come out here right under your fucking noses, live the American dream. You try to kick the fuck everybody out of here. All this clothing on the goddamn fucking rock was found right here. This place was popping the most. You think you can stop all the growth out here? You need to control, not fucking restrict. We need a goddamn pot dispensary and a strip club in this town. Oh my God, he said pot dispensary. They go down to the pot dispensary in Lake County in the southern portion so they can get their little pens and smoke them up here too. Oh, I didn't mean literally. I said, but hey, the pot dispensaries and the strip clubs do better out of town. The people want their anonymity and not be seen. You need not to restrict the growth, but control the goddamn growth, you fucking assholes. You think you can just stop everybody coming out here and keep this place to yourself. Well, guess what? There's going to be more people like me that come behind me. Watch. I'm going to live the American dream right under your nose, and your millionaire fucking money ain't going to throw me out of here. You're not going to push your codes, ordinance, and mandate bullshit. Go ahead. Put some shit against me. I won't listen to it. I'll fucking Burn it. I'll send you videos of me burning your shit. They gonna push no goddamn mandate on me. I don't go on dates with men. Fuck you. I'm not one of these idiots. I don't follow ordinances. Those are for corporation. He blotted out the handwriting of ordinances in the book of Colossians 2 and 14. Your money don't mean shit to me. He told me to stand up to people like you. So you people think in here you can control this town and you never can, nobody's ever, no. Like I said, the oldest clothing on this rock was found right here. This place was popping, cracking the most. And you think you're going to control the growth out here? Fuck, it's going to be like L.A. Pine. Oh my God, L.A. Pine, La Pine, yeah. Go look at La Pine. It's a beautiful model city, what it's like when you can control the fucking growth. They have a Ray's, not a Walmart, you know. They got a ShopRite, not, you know, they got a Buy Mart, you know. They don't have these big fucking, and it's Bend is right on their doorstep. That's what happens when you actually do something properly. I've been a reconstructionist. I did that for a living. Traffic crash. That's actually a very well laid out city. It's still small. It's a 1-lane town, but it's, you know, now it's fucking huge, but it's not like that. They have these small veins of industry, and it's not this, you know, turned into a Bend. And I like Bend for a city, but it's not Bend. They've kept all the big fucking Walmarts and the big Targets and the, you know, and their Bi-Mart is locally owned and operated by people in Oregon. You know, Ray's, there's another, you know, ShopRite. These aren't big corporations. That they've kept these fucking corporations out of their, they have a Dollar General, you know, but it's pretty, it's moderated. And that's what I see this town is someday too, because it's going to grow up out here someday too. Where that, when I'm talking about L.A. Pine or La Pine, Oregon, there was nothing out there but the Wickiup Junction and the general store. When I went to high school in Mountain View High School in Bend, Oregon, in the 80s, there was nothing in fucking La Pine. There was nothing in Madras. There was nothing in, none of this out here. Redmond was fucking, these are farm hick towns, just like this one. And this town's next on the list, brothers, sisters. So that's why I told these people, stop fucking thinking you can, just sheer economics. The downturn, it's so much cheaper out here to live than in town. People are going to come out here either way and commute. See, you're not going to stop the growth. Oh, yes, we are. We've had multiple people like you come into our town. That's why I held protests against the elected sheriff during the COVID. That's why they attacked my son. That's why they fucking SWAT raided this house, because I held protests against Michael Taylor to tell him to get off his lazy fucking sheriff pig ass and protect our fucking businesses, even if we're the only ones in America that kept our goddamn doors open and said, fuck you with your fake scamdemic. We don't give a fuck. All you can do is give us a notice to appear in front of a magistrate. Nobody's going to jail. So I explained to the business owners out here what their rights were. And everything I said came to fruition too. You know, I told them this town was going to grow up 5 to 10 miles apart. These driveways were out here. You know, this is a big open valley. In town was every 30th, 15th lot. It's every other third lot in town. It's 1 to 2 miles apart out here, 5 miles apart out here in the country now. This town is cracking. Like I said, it's popping, just like I said. You want to come to one of the best places to be in America? This is fucking it, man. Come here, I will set you up with anything. Start a car wash, bam. Start a mobile mechanic shop, bam. Start your own. We need food businesses. The goddamn COVID, because I stood up with those businesses. Guess what? Every fucking business I stood up with is gone now. COVID strangled them out. There was only one business that did stand up. The others tried. Dorothy with her LLC, you know, with the liquor license, she was afraid, and then Cafe, but Dorothy didn't, and the Cafe didn't, but Kathy did at the farmhouse. And she stood up and she kept her doors fucking open. She is a fucking rock star. That woman will go down in history, and you don't know who she is, but her name is Kathy. She kept the farmhouse open in Christmas Valley, Oregon, and told the fucking COVID bullshit to fuck off. And when the cops wouldn't stand with the businesses, brothers, sisters, I did. I tried to get the cops to fucking protect our businesses. I held protest against the sheriff's office. Not the first time, Flatten the Curve, where they shut down and shutter 2 to 3 million small businesses, just like Kathy's Farmhouse or Dorothy's Lodge or the Cafe. These businesses wanted to not do this bullshit, hours restricted, you know, when the big Walmart box chains, oh, you didn't shop fucking 24 hours, but they all stayed open, and all these small businesses got to shut their business and shutter their hours, and, you know, curbside service, that's restricted. How do these fucking businesses come up with all these paper products, clamshells, you know, to-go boxes, all that shit? Bullshit. What a fucking nightmare it was for business owners. So the business owners in this town relied on my prior law enforcement experience, and I explained to them that there's nobody going to jail. If we can't get them to come out here and to protect the fucking business, because what I was asking him and explaining, like to Michael Taylor, this is why they do this shit to me too, brothers and sisters. Remember the Bundy standoff on the bridge? The Bundys, not the Hammonds in Oregon, but in Nevada. They called this elected sheriff was called in and ran the fucking feds off that day. Said, get the fuck out of here. You don't have no jurisdiction here. I'm the elected sheriff in this town. I'm an elected sheriff, and I have more authority than the federal government. Get your fucking ass out of here. And they left because the elected sheriff has more authority than the federal government. He's an elected official, and he holds in that state more authority than the feds. If you remember the standoff. So that's what I was asking this piece of shit Michael Taylor to do. Get off your fucking ass. We already did this flatten the curve once. This is the second time, right? They're trying to do it again to us. They're trying to do it again. 2 to 3 million businesses shutter their doors because it never was about the 2 weeks to flatten the fucking curve. I knew it wasn't over, right? So when they did it again, I was standing already up against, not wearing a mask, telling everybody, hey, this was already pre-planned, Event 201. This is a big scam. I wear a fucking mask, so you don't have to wear. It's about the right to choose. People, wow, they fell back on my law enforcement experience. So when I tried to get the sheriff's office to bring their SWAT vehicles from SWAT or whatever they have out, protect our churches that wanted, which should have stayed open as well, and the businesses, they wouldn't respond back. They just fucking ignore you. So what I actually did that pissed off the sheriff probably more than anything, well, up until I hadn't held a protest against them across from the police station with a large gathering out here where we had city council out here. We had a fucking prayer. We did this shit legit. We had a legitimate, peaceful right to assemble and protest. We did it right, brothers and sisters, under the First Amendment constitutionally protected right to peacefully assemble, redress grievances. That's what we were doing. We're not breaking any fucking laws. It gave them no reason to come kill my son and daughter, hit me in the face with a grenade, no matter how fucking mad they were at me. I had that right to redress grievances, okay? So what I did, because they would not respond to Kathy or Dorothy or, nobody, I made a meme. Because I was memeing my way. I was the meme master through the fucking COVID. I was memeing the shit out of everything. Go look at my Facebook profile. A lot of them were taken down, but there's still a lot of Facebook memes that I put up. Okay. But I put up, it still should be on the Christmas Valley. Well, it's United now. There used to be 2 pages and they're all, but it's still up there. It says breaking news, small town community in cooperation with local sheriff runs off OSHA. Because see, I was explaining to the fucking sheriff's office, Michael Taylor has authority to tell these fucking stupid OSHA trucks to get the fuck out of here. We're not flattening the curve. This is bullshit. We're going to keep our businesses normal hours. We're not doing this shit. You already said once flatten the curve, and 2 to 3 million businesses, just like these businesses, shuttered their doors and never opened them again. Remember, you had to shut down your little dojo because karate or jiu-jitsu, or maybe you're over at the coast and you collect driftwood or rocks and you make, different kinds of, maybe hanging, decoration. No, you got to shutter your fucking business. But the Walmart stayed open. Remember, the Target, all these big fucking businesses stayed open. Yeah, and all the small business had to go restrict, flatten the curve. So what I did is I made a meme. And I know this, like I said, I didn't know that it would have the effect that it did. And it said that breaking news, small town community in cooperation with local sheriff runs off OSHA. Everybody in this town thought it was true because it's a small town and like little birds talk, cheap, and all the gossip. Everybody was like excited, like we were actually doing something out here. Well, guess what, brothers and sisters? It was a fucking meme. And the sheriffs found out about that and they were fucking livid. I literally had people come to my house and call me and go, dude, you do not realize you have done pissed off the sheriff's office now. Tracy, this is a national fucking emergency, dude. They're going to send you to Guantanamo Bay, dude. You got to stop doing that. That was too much, dude. I mean, that you're literally like invoking, fuck you, it's a meme. Fuck off. It's just a meme. It's not a fucking real deal. If people want to take it, it's like the fake alien story where everybody fell for this shit. I'm not inciting any fucking violence, okay? I have the right to say that. So the sheriff's office found out that about that meme, and they had to make a decision, brothers and sisters, on what the fuck they were going to do. It like forced them into a corner to make a fucking decision. So what they had to do, because I'm in the northern portion, which is the bastard, you know, we don't get any snow plows up here. They get all the funding. They get the dispensary. We're just the bastard of the North Lake of, you know, that's south down there where the jail's at, right, of the county. So seriously, the way they treat fucking, you know, us up here in the northern portion of this county compared to down there, all the funding goes there. So anyways, like I said, they had to drive all the way down to the jail, which is about an hour and a half. So we're looking about a 3-hour round trip drive because some stupid fucking constitutionalist out there is memeing the fuck everybody that's standing in front of the business. It's all a scam, and everybody in town knows what the fuck I was doing. I'm the only one who never wore a mask in this town. I asked the local guy, Rick, who's been working at that gas station for like 10 plus years, you know, about, because I use the curbside service. And I said, what's going on? And he tell me, you've been, he's like, you know, he says, is there anybody else that's using this curbside service or doing what? And he's like, Tracy, this is after, you know, it was pretty party. He's like, dude, I'm serious. Like everybody that I know, because I know who you know in this town, broke down at least once. And I said, it's cool, Rick, it's fine. I'm just asking you to go in and get groceries. They put the face diaper on and wore the mask. You're the only person. There's only one other person that I know in town, in this small town, because he used the curbside service like you, who didn't ever go in. You went in, you know, multiple times. And then when they kicked you out, you started using the curbside service and made it a little bit different. And you would stand out there and everybody was gawking you like you're some fucking crazy and whatever, and telling them it's all a scam and stop fucking falling. The virus is not alive and they're going to stick you with a fucking sticker. This ain't about a face diaper. They're going to eventually put out some kind of scam and try to stick you, you know, or, oh, no, shut the fuck up. This is what they're going to, and they did anyway. So anyways, I make the meme. It pisses off the fucking sheriff's office. They have to drive 3 fucking hours round trip. They come back. I get, you know, people coming to the property. Dude, you're going to get thrown in fucking, this is a national emergency, Tracy. You know, all this. I'm like, dude, fuck off. Get away from me. I understand, but you're not going to stop what I'm doing. I serve God. This is what he tells me to do, to stand against this bunch of bullshit. A virus ain't even alive. Look on the goddamn internet. Why are you guys afraid of something that's not even alive? So anyways, what they chose to do, does anybody have any idea on what the sheriff's office, what my meme, what was their decision to do with the businesses? Now, they've kind of been forced into a corner. Breaking news, small town community in cooperation with local sheriff runs off OSHA. What do you think they chose when they went down there? Because it kind of forced there, because a lot of people were asking, I wasn't the only one explaining, hey, you have the right to protect these fucking businesses. This is just OSHA. This is fucking OSHA. This isn't even, they have no fucking authority. They're not going to arrest anybody. Tell OSHA to get the fuck out of here. The sheriff in fucking, remember in Nevada at the standoff, told the feds to get out of there. I'm not talking about feds, and they were armed fucking feds. These are dudes with fucking clipboards. OSHA to get out of there. And they could have done that. Yes, they could have said, no, OSHA, go to the other fucking town. We're not doing this here in this town. Go to another fucking town. Fuck off. We are the authority in this town. And so that's what I asked the local sheriff to do. What do you think they opted to do? Stand with the businesses or not stand with the businesses? Put stand with the businesses in the chat if you think they stood with the businesses. Or no, they didn't stand with the businesses. The meme just fucking pissed him off and made him fucking livid. What do you think? Because I'm asking the local sheriff, Michael Taylor, get off your ass, bring your fucking vehicles out here, put them in front of these businesses, protect these businesses. We have businesses that don't want to shutter their doors. They already did this once, flatten the curve, go inside, and 2 to 3 million businesses just like this one shutter their doors. They want to stay open. Protect our businesses. What do you think the local sheriff's office chose to do? Stand with the businesses or not? Was there any other fucking people who did this anywhere in America? I never heard of no shit like this and nobody doing anything like this in this country. Everybody was a lay down little bitch. They didn't even try to protect their fucking middle class backbone, the mom and pop fucking businesses and employ 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, not 205, 1,000 people. Those businesses stayed open. Remember that shit? You guys got to be held accountable for when I feel really bad for my son, but this is why they off my fucking son, because of this. And I didn't do anything illegal. Remember, they didn't fucking respond, brothers, sisters. They chose not to, just like you fucking silent majority that's going to go into the night. It is what it is. They didn't want to get involved. So guess what, brothers, sisters? When OSHA came, I fucking stood against OSHA. I protected the fucking businesses, like I said. If you fucking pigs won't come help these businesses, I'll stand up. And I won't even tell you what happened that day. But it was beautiful. That's all I'll tell you. It's fucking beautiful what Father allowed me to do that day. So nobody stood against the COVID. Everybody went along with it. The fucking cops are tyrants. You remember during the COVID, you could do just about anything but run somebody over and kill them. They didn't get involved in shit. They all collected a paycheck for fucking nearly 5 years, tucked their tail. And as soon as the COVID was over, I'm in a state where cannabis is legal. Marijuana pot bust, Klamath County. Like fucking here we go. Unleash the dogs. They're out again doing fucking their road raiders. So you didn't stand against the COVID. And I did, with some help of some other local people in this community. We were able to organize and protest the COVID. Nobody did, brothers, sisters. There are a lot of little fucking counties in this state. And I understand the big city, a lot of pressure, but nobody did. The fuck is wrong with you, America? See why they killed my son? See why they killed my daughter? Because when you hold protest against the sheriff's office, they don't like you at all. When you can put 2 and 2 together and see that, the cops' fucking vehicles are, especially the sergeant's vehicles sitting at the people who fucking deal meth in this town for extended periods of time. Are they investigating? Are they delivering? Are they picking up? Why is the sheriff's vehicle seen at the fucking airport, in the little airport here in Christmas Valley, picking up fucking packages and then going to these fucking locations? So, see what I'm saying? He didn't stand against this, brothers, sisters. Some of us did. Many are called, but few are chosen. So I don't know of anybody else who protested their sheriff's office, protested their governor, and protested the fucking president. It was all a scam. So, like I made a stream the other day for my son, which was yesterday, right? Because it was his day 26 years ago. Said, I'm sorry, son. Actually, I'm not sorry. I apologize. I was trying to do the right thing, Elijah. And if I got you killed, I'm apologize. I'll just have to meet you on the other side, like I told you. So, what a shit-stained country that I live in, where people are afraid of a fucking bug. Push your buggy down the aisle this way and you won't catch the buggy. Remember that shit? The air was so tense outside. If you sneeze, you can fucking break it. You guys just let them put on 2 fucking face diapers? Never will I ever stand for that shit, and I didn't from the beginning. I used the curbside service. I tipped my fucking people, They half the time they didn't get my order right. I just took what the fuck they gave me, because it was kind of a hassle for them to do that. Oh, I apologize. You coming out here having to do this for me? No, Tracy, we like what you're doing. We think what you're fucking doing is awesome, And we know, that you don't like that you talk, but you're not mad because we're wearing the mask. We shouldn't, but hey, we have children to fucking feed. Well, should I have a better plan? But you're polite to us. You talk a little bit, but you tell us something that's worth value, and then you give us a tip, and and I make it worth their time. If I'm gonna have to make them fucking stop what they're doing to come fucking service me out of the norm with everybody in there with their face diaper, I'm gonna give them a fucking tip, and try to help them out. So most people were very polite to me during the curbside service, and I didn't make any fucking enemies that way. Like I said, a lot of people are very respectful. They're like, I appreciate what you're doing. I see there's more than one way to skin a cat. You're still spending money here. You kept telling everybody that. You can still spend money. We could all just fucking get a bunch of money and walk in the store without mask and say, fuck you, and get our food and walk out. They can't make us steal anything if we all throw our cash on the fucking counter and walk out. Now, you can't pay with a card. You can't pay, but if you have enough cash to pay for it, it's all on camera. Fuck me, leave them a tip. Get $20 worth of shit, throw $25 on the counter and say, fuck you. I'm buying my groceries. Thanks for you. Have a nice day. And if enough of us did it, they would never fucking make us wear a mask again. Nobody will listen to me. That's okay. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So this is another way that I chose to do it. Use this extended service, which didn't like it. Like I said, most of the time they got it right, but there were times they didn't get my order right. And I didn't order that much shit, but in a hurry, the hustle, the bustle, the whole COVID shit, they got it, and I just took what I had. I just ate it. Fuck it. I'll take that. That's what God wanted me, so I'll take that. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you coming out here. I know it sucks having to stop what you're doing and all this COVID shit, and they don't want their mask, and, no, it's cool. We like coming out here. Fuck, you get us to be able to come outside. We don't get to take breaks. Kind of actually like when you come over here, because we get to go outside. They know you're going to talk to us for a minute, and they don't really get mad because you're spending the money, and then you give us a tip, and, it's all on camera. So, see what I'm saying, brothers, sisters? We could have responded a lot different, all of us, during the COVID, you know what I'm saying? But many of us didn't. We just went along, and so did the cops the whole time. Like I said, you could pretty much just run somebody over in America. They didn't give a fuck. I drove around with a car that had tags from 20 fucking years. They were expired. 20 years. The car sat fucking for a long time. It was a little Geo Metro, and it had 58,000 miles on it. I'm like, how the fuck does this car have no miles on it like that? One of those little cars, you get like 50 miles a gallon. Well, it sat for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I drove around for tags that were expired by 20 years. They did pull me over one time, and the cop in front of I was working in La Pine at the Mexican restaurant, Cinco de Mayo, and I pulled in there, and they were all fucking weird because I didn't just pull over, and like, fuck you, I was going to my work, assholes. You fucking pricks have the gun. They were kind of pissed at first because I didn't just pull right, from the street. I pulled into the back of the business. I didn't want to pull over in front of the fucking business, right in front of their business, and get out, and then the patrons see me fucking, look bad for the business. So anyways, I pulled around the back. They're all freaking out like, you stupid motherfuckers, there's two of you and you got guns and I don't have a goddamn gun. I'm going to work and you're freaking the fuck out. Stop being little bitches. Fucking acting like you're afraid. I'm going to work, you fucking pricks. Put your guns away, you fucking assholes. And I did. I started, but then they kind of like, well, your tags are my tags are expired. Really? By how 20 fucking years, right? They were 2,000, guys. The tags was 2,000, they were 2,000 tags, and this was the COVID, right? So it was 2020. So my tags were expired by fucking 20 years, and they asked me, do you know your tags are expired? My tags are expired? Yeah, by 20 years. Oh man. Well, see, I don't need tags anyways, remember? We're not, So they ended up letting me go too. I didn't get no fucking ticket, nothing. And I tell them, you fucking tires, put your goddamn guns back in your fucking, everybody watched you pull in here. Nobody knows I driving fucking slow in here, acting like this is some kind of felony fucking traffic stop. They tried to felony traffic stop my ass there. Put your guns back in your goddamn holster, you piece of shit. I'm fucking going to work. I ain't got no fucking on me, you assholes. I didn't pull over because there's a business right here, you fucking idiots. I was, whatever, barking at him like I do or whatever. Stupid fucking pigs. Put your guns back in your goddamn holsters. Fucking idiots. He's fucking pulling me over for tags. I knew why they were pulling me over, whatever, but you pulling me over for fucking tags? How many times have I driven past? That's what I told that one fucking cop. I said, I've driven past you 25 fucking times in this town. You never pulled me over. It's because you got this other fucking rookie guy in here trying to look like a goddamn hero. Fucking idiots pulling your guns out for no fucking reason because I've got expired fucking tags and it's not even that big a deal. You guys have already seen me, and they did. I drove past it. I had that fucking work 5 days a week in that town. Drove past that cop many times. They didn't fucking do shit. He had some other rookie cop with him that day, so he had to be a big fucking shot, But I thought it was actually hilarious, your tags are expired. My tags are expired? Oh, well, fuck. I mean, it's a car. It's a fucking, I just got it. What the fuck, man? Give me a fucking break. I just got the goddamn car. I have a certain amount of time to, get the shit taken care of. Fuck off. Leave me alone. I'm within the window. They didn't even look for when I bought the fucking car a year prior or something. Fuck them, Well, like 8 months prior or something. You got like 3 months. I ain't going to play their stupid games, brothers, sisters. I'm not going to be feed and fined by this goddamn corporation if I can help it. So But maybe I will. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go get thrown in a rape cage and have to feed the system, and they'll extort my merchant number. So I'm actually trying to stay out of jail so I don't feed the merchant system, you know? So hopefully Father doesn't have me feed the system, and then I'm really going to try to avoid getting fucking thrown in jail again. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was just trying to help my son out. Remember, it wasn't even about it's not even my fucking case, but I need to stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So that I can share the gospel and not feed the system. You feed the system when you go to the rape cage, you know, by threat of arrest. If you don't follow our laws, our codes, our mandates, our ordinances, we'll throw you in a cage at the threat of arrest in a rape cage. Remember? America, boys, America. So it is what it is. So, but hey, at least like when people come in here and speak up about this case, they think they know shit. They don't know nothing about the priors, you know. This is a long case. This if the feds opened up this file, they go, holy shit. That's why they won't take this case. It's too big for them. This is one of the largest cases ever in the state of Oregon. And I'm going to fucking file the civil lawsuits, and you'll see. I'll do it. I'm going to file it. I already told them if they took me to fucking trial, I was going to do it. So now I don't want to be in this country when I file the lawsuits, because I do have some fear they will target me again and come after me once I file suit. I think that's part of the reason why Elijah and Adriana are gone. They get rid of me, the whole case goes away. They only have one more pin to knock down in this case, and that's me. Once they knock me down, there's no more case. So we'll see. Father will keep me here if he wants to keep me here. So they already brought 25 men with bucking plus with guns trying to kill me, and it didn't work. I'm not some fucking hero. Father, my day of death's already written. So I don't live in fear of my death. I just do what it is that Father tells me to do. So that's why he told me to protest the fucking COVID. It's bullshit. It's a scam. Stand up. If you suffer, I got your back. So look, I'm still here, but what about my fucking son and daughter? That's what is pissing me off about God. I'm not happy with him. It doesn't mean it means a shit to him. He says, I do these things after my own counsel for my own pleasure. So it doesn't matter what I think of what Father does. Even in my life, I think this has been fucking terrorizing, and he's torturing me and harassing me and menacing me. Imagine getting up every day trying to report your son and daughter missing. You get thrown in jail, extorted, you know, beat, battered, and then threatened to be thrown in jail over and over for trying to just say, hey, my daughter is potentially murdered. Here's why. Here's how. And they just keep throwing me in jail or threatening to throw me in jail in open court. If you don't stop talking about this, I'm going to throw you in prison, or I'm going to come to where you're at. I'm going to come to where you're at and throw you in jail. Pat Wilkie told me that. If I didn't try to stop reporting my son and daughter murdered in his county that he knew nothing about, he's going to come arrest me right where I was at and put me in jail. Again, arrest to be trying to report my son dead or murdered again. You know how many times I've been thrown in jail, threatened to be thrown in jail, to just try to report my son missing. I can't report his body to the state police. They are the people who fucking shot him. And they won't, they say they have no jurisdiction. How about that for a slap in the face? They don't have jurisdiction. They shot my son. They just shot out all the windows in the front of the cabin, wrecked all the kennels and all the livestock pens out here. All of this, ran it all over to make sure. And on the way out, even though they said they wouldn't, they did it anyways to be facetious. And I have already shown and documented all that they did that on purpose to be absolutely, just wreck this place when we're not trying to wreck your places. They are lobbing fucking tear gas canisters, 5 fucking tear gas canisters in here with my animals. They were savages, They came and woke my son and daughter up with a fucking grenade. Where's those pens? Grenade pins. Look at here. Fucking $25 million grenade pins. Probably $50 million grenade pins. My son and daughter had to eat a goddamn concussion grenade because of fucking me. Inside the vehicle, the whole fucking front windshield's fucking spidered from the, compression, the concussion inside that fucking motorhome. Not with these little thin skin fucking, it's a big, thick diesel, try eating a grenade, waking up to a fucking grenade. That's got to be real nice to wake up, kabam, to your sleep. Oh, imagine what it would felt like when he woke up. Both Adriana to be woken up, how they were bells fucking rung, concussions. They both had to have suffered a concussion. They didn't have hearing protection. And inside that little fucking motorhome, absolutely they had to have had a concussion. Every one of us should have been hauled off to the fucking county hospital and checked out for their own fucking, liability. But instead they hauled us all to the county jail. They dropped my daughter's charges. You seen The Long Walk yet? Nope, I haven't seen that. So these are probably $20 to $50 million grenade pins a piece. I remember I got tear gas canisters to match to go with it. 5 of these fucking things they lobbed in here. Still to this day, I'm still breathing this shit because it's behind the walls. I have to deconstruct the whole cabin if I'm ever going to get it all out of here. It's still leaching. I showed you out of the wall. Still fucking leaching out of here. So one day here, when I get out of this country, I'll file the lawsuits. That way I don't feel like they can target me. And then I won't need to be here. They've got Zoom. They got all that shit. I won't need to be here. I know that for my safety. I'm going to try to place myself in another country, show them this discovery, and try to find witness protection in their country. So I can come back and then maybe come and try to find my son here with some protection. Because I know where his body is potentially laying at. I've known that, and now I think his body probably has already been moved. But they're not going to get away with it forever. And Marshall's not, and Josephine County's not, and Dave Vanderburg's not, and Pat Wilkie's not, and all these people involved. Lake County, they're not. Even if they get away with it in this lifetime, they will not get away with this, for forever. It doesn't work like that. So, anyways, it is what it is. I just have to deal with it one day at a time. So I got 18 days, and this all come to head for the pretrial. If they don't drop it by then, I go to trial 1 week later. I'm either going to fucking jail or I'm not, I was thinking about going to Ecuador. That's where I've been trying to locate, and have had a property for 5 years. I wish I would have already bought when it was 18. Now it's 39. It's probably not even there anymore, but Argentina, I've been looking at, but I've been thinking about getting away from South America. Just for it, there's just too much going on there with Trump, Brazil, and the BRICS nations, and Venezuela, and Colombia, and it's. I think I could still exist down there. I just don't want to deal with this shit right now. I want to forget about this for about 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months and come back to the States with my lawsuit. Come back, finish the ministry, and just move on with my life. Maybe my son and daughter are somewhere being put in witness protection because of the feds, and they're holding them until they finish this. I have fucking no idea what Father's doing in this case. None of it makes any sense. They already dropped my daughter's charges for the same thing they're charging me with 14 months ago. Same exact charges they're holding me for doing the same exact thing, which means these charges should have been dropped 14 months ago. They're still taking me to court in fucking 24 days to trial, so, but then again, she didn't hold protest against the sheriff's office during the COVID, the shit that I did. So they'll police me however they want out here. So Father will do it. Father, I'm not worried about. Father's going to do it. So, all right, let me wrap this up, guys. I've been doing this for 12, 13, fucking 14 hours a day or something like that. That's enough time for the ministry. Appreciate your time coming in and hearing me out. Here we go. One more day ticked off of the calendar. So tomorrow is the 6th. So, yep, tomorrow, 18 days, and it's they're either going to drop it or they're not. And then I'll know 1 week later if I'm going to jail or not. It's going to be done with. Hopefully, maybe. I'm not making any plans. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking about the Asias. Seriously, I am not holding out any kind of place anywhere. Seriously. Living, what I'm saying? Because I plan on coming back. I don't want to turn my back on this country. That's why I paid this ministry off. So people here are always going to have myself to have a voice. Until they kill me, they shoot the last breath out of me, I'm going to keep talking. I'm not going to stop talking. I will not go silently into the night. Remember, it says the only thing it takes for evil to flourish is for good men, good women, the people under this covenant to stand around and do nothing. Just sit there and that's not me. I have 6 YouTube channels. I have channels on TikTok. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm not going to be silenced. Um, if you're not living free, then you're already dead. So I just need to get through these next couple, you know what I'm saying? Um, few weeks here at the most, right? And it's over. Maybe, I don't want to make plans. I know that Father has something in store for me. So I don't want to even say what it's going to be. I'm just going to let it, give it to me however he wants. He wants me to go to jail. I'm going to turn around, put my hands behind my back, and I'm going to fucking go to jail. That's what's going to happen. I didn't resist them when they came out here, right? We didn't have a firefight like they wanted. They're not going to get the vengeance from me. Father will pour out the measure on these people that they poured out on me, my son and my daughter and my animals. So it is what it is, man. So anyways, all right, guys, I better go. If you want to support the ministry, come back again. If you have more time, Livy, I'm going to give you the wrench before you go. I appreciate it. Give out wrenches to people who, put in work here and put in good comments, produce fruit in here and moderate people who want to. I don't want to see people's Negro or people want to push drugs. It's kind of the same thing with everybody when we give them the wrench. So we've taken wrenches away. Hopefully we don't have to. It's not very often, and we could have done this a while ago, but I think this is the right thing. It's something here within the last month or two that we started adding people just to silence the stupid, the stupidity out of here, the stuff we don't need to hear. Some of the, I don't get mad when you guys over moderate me. Like, we don't want him to answer that because we want him to talk about the lesson or something. And then every time he talks to something, he goes off. But normally I'll come back to the lesson. I've done this for a while. Remember, I used to do 8 people in a TikTok room with 1,500 plus people in the room. You know what I'm saying? So, but we bounce off the moderators. We need to, guys. We need to reprove each other with the word. So I'm thankful Father put me through one more day of suffering. What a day of torture. No call. Well, maybe he thought somebody would call me today. Nobody called me. Elijah's, 26 years ago. Thought maybe somebody would hear it, but not even a call from my attorney today. Man, this is a struggle, but Father has plans. I'm not going to make them. I'm just going to prepare to go to jail or not. I've got a plan for both, brothers and sisters. I am looking at trying to get a really old, it's an original, pop-up sleeper canopy. So if I go on the road, I can have something to not rent in a hotel room. So if anybody in the chat wants to leave any kind of donation, it's not required ever. It's just there. I'm trying to sell some things. That guy didn't hit me back. I knew it about the silver, and it is what it is. And the firewood, it is what it is, man. I'm not able to sell a lot of things right now. I sold my motorcycle for dirt cheap. I just gave it away. But then my dog passed that night, and I had to, they were like $300 a piece for the, or like it was 150 or what, it was, I don't know. There were 3 x-rays taken, that and the morphine and the IV, and it just drained the money that I had. So, I was hoping to buy one of those clamshell type things. So if you have any extra change, please don't do it unless you have abundance. Okay. Don't feel obligated, but that's going to be the purchase that I make next. If I don't sell something, or if any donations, because they do from time to time, people do it without me ever asking. I just was in here for 3.5 hours. I did 8 hours. I don't ask normally to the end. And I'm not telling you have to. Tithing is something you do without telling anybody. You just do it. But there's Cash App, PayPal, Bitcoin. But come back when you have more time. Okay. If you can't do a monetary tithe, it's totally okay. And you never have to have donate a single dime to ever be a part of the give to you. You come out here, live at this property. You come out here and use the moonshine cabins. This is your property. I took $47,000 instead of getting my attorney. Grace and truth, it's $1 million to put that ministry together every year. Maybe through AdSense, when they take, maybe every couple months I make $100 or something. That doesn't ever add up for the hours I'm here, and I'm not here to make money. So anyways, that's just, if you want to support my trip out of town, or if I go to jail, the money will go on my books. You'll help me pay for some soup, some top ramen or something like that, So, but please don't donate if you don't have the money. Come back when you do have time, though, because you can't print time and you can't make up time. It's going so freaking fast right now. So thank you. Money is something that we all have to have a little bit of, obviously, but your time is way more valuable than any time that you could ever give to this ministry, because that could all get taken away. The time you can't get back, and the good comments are probably more valuable than anything that you could ever give to this ministry. Just keep putting the good comments, guys. That's what makes this, defines the ministry. Okay, that's the meat. That's the meat of the ministry. Is the comments, not just this guy up here standing up here trying to make sure we get this thing going 7 days a week, if I can do it, sometimes twice a day, 16 hours a day, 2 jobs, and then work 8 hours here. So I'm constantly at work for the ministry. If you ever donate, you'll normally see where your dollars go. I don't waste it. I did have some people that gave a couple cash apps in the last, and I normally don't spend it on myself, but I went and bought some hamburger because it just didn't, wanted some fresh. I have red meat out here, but it's freeze dried, things like that. So please don't donate to the ministry monetary if you can't, donate it actually locally to somebody around you. Okay, if you have, I'll make it without a pop-up canopy. I can sleep in the damn Forerunner. It just gives me more room to travel. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Like I said, I was a little disappointed that I couldn't. There was one I really found was really nice. It was $600. It was really expensive. I had an Arctic liner. That's the one I really wanted. But this is the only one I could afford to do right now. The guy wants 6, and he said he'd take 5, and offered him 4, and he just said it's his bottom line. So maybe it'll still be available in the next couple of days or 3 days or something. I'm going to try to get a couple more things up and sold listed again on the internet, refresh all my ads, and maybe we'll get some more hits coming in here. So appreciate you coming in. Appreciate your time. A tithe, time that's invaluable, it's just, no, it's more valuable than any time, that or money you can print. So come back when you have some more of that. Spend it here if you can. If you ask me, that's time well spent. So hopefully it was. Hopefully I didn't take any of your time. If I did, appreciate it. I'm kind of a time robber. I do. I steal people's time, but I appreciate it for you letting me have it. I didn't really need to take it from you, but come back when you have some more, and I'll see you guys again on the next High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries HD FAT. Okay, that's where it's at. We do the HD not for what you see, but what I keep pounding in your eardrum with definitions, the Old and New Testament. So this new covenant, but Pastor Revelation, we're going to lift the veil every time we come here. Show you the reality of the truth. Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.